Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Dungeons & Dragons. We are the Digital Dragons, and we are going to be playing some Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Joining me here today, we have got Tahko.
Hello, I am Tahko Moodkiller, as played by Highwind.
We've got Elora.
Hi, I am Trips, or Trip Starlight in the chat. I'm playing Elora.
We've got Zagrax.
Hello, I am Zach, or Warburg in chat, playing Zach.
We've got Vulwin.
Hi, I'm Ethan, or Chaos Gemini in chat. I'm playing the Furball Ranger, Vulwin Agaragar.
And we've got Irilyssa.
I'm aka Evil by Moonlight in the chat, and I will be playing our lovely cleric, Irilyssa.
And I am Mordred, and I'm going to be dungeon mastering today. Not going to say anything about getting anyone killed or anything like that, because...
Oh, gosh.
Nose ghost.
Okay. Nose ghost.
What's this about ghosts? This sounds interesting.
Nose ghosts. I don't know.
Nose
Nose ghosts.
Those ghosts.
New D&D monster coming to you soon.
Oh, no.
Oh. Watch out for its ectoplasm attack.
So, who would like to give us a rundown of what happened last time?
That wasn't anything important.
Oh, I can.
You just watched
Ooh.
it, yeah.
That's a rare volunteer right there.
Go on, Tahko. Let's see what your perspective of everything was then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So everyone just sat around lazily for a long while talking about stuff. And then they were called into action when there was some lights out over the lake. And they went out there and they just gawked at it and did nothing. And then a giant skeleton came out of the forest while they gawked at that. And then the skeleton ran to the water. And then the skeleton beat up the two bad guy things that were out there that were going to freeze the whole town while everyone just stayed around. And then they went back to sitting around and not doing anything until they decided to go off into the forest. And then they ran across a battle royale between dead people, and my sister. And then they rescued my sister. Who didn't really
Rescue's
rescue,
probably
just
not the
barely
right-
took any damage.
Yeah, right.
It was on a hunch, but honestly, if they hadn't shown up, she might have had it handled.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
I was so
Her
worried
name's
about
Swift
that.
Runner. I'm pretty sure she could get away.
I was so worried about that fight in the run up to it, and then when I actually did it, I was just like, yeah, I shouldn't have been concerned. So, we are indeed joining back in with the party standing in this small cliff enclosure with the corpses of various different animals around, skeletons scattered around the floor, and then standing alone facing them is Swiftrunner, the Goliath sister of Tahko. And she has said, Tahko, nice of you to make it up here at last.
Yeah, we finally came up this way. Figured we'd fix everything. What's going on? Because we're completely at a loss.
You would not be the only one. It would seem that there's a bit of a battle going on between different groups, though I'm not really sure what they are or why. And the town of Lonelywood seems to be stuck in the middle. But something has definitely thrown the balance of nature off in this area. The forest itself seems to be fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it fighting you as well? Because you're also of the nature now, right?
The thing I've noticed most is they'll fight anything that seems to be alive. Unless you get those little critters with the white eyes. They seem to be joining one of the sides, I think, with the dead animals.
Oh, okay.
They might as well be dead themselves.
But you don't know who's in charge of all this, right?
No, I've been searching around since it all started. I think it was probably just a wee necromancer having a wee bit of fun, but I've not found anything yet.
Nothing? There's no leads or
That's for
anything?
sure.
Nothing I've found.
Man.
Where are you set up?
I don't really have a base per se. I found it's better to stay on the move, otherwise the undead beasties will find you and just trample everything anyway.
So you just sleep wherever?
Usually up in a tree. It's a bit difficult for a skeleton to climb.
Oh. Well, come on into the town. They have cookies.
I prefer it out here. And as she says that, Tahko, you notice that but a black bird has landed on top of the cliff behind where Swiftrunner is, and just seems to be like looking over you all, flapping its wings every now and then, like just trying to like shake them out a little bit, but it's standing up there. And this is noticeable because this is the first living creature that you have seen that hasn't seemed to be under a spell or something.
Or hostile.
Hey, look. There's a bird that's not trying to kill us.
Is that your friend?
Vulwin, talk to that bird.
He'll look up and make a gesture towards it to come closer.
And with that, the bird leaps up into the sky and then glides gracefully down, landing somewhere next to Swiftrunner, its eyes constantly shifting around, looking at you all, head moving around as it does so. And Tahko, you notice that this is a raven.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh,
Well,
wait a minute.
I just commanded Vulwin to do it, so I'll wait till see what Vulwin pulls out.
Here's your bird. Hello. And he's going to he's gonna use some speak with animals.
I just imagine Vulwin like doing like a chicken dance and just going.
How you doing? How you doing?
And at your various caws and chirrups, the raven looks at you, fixing you with a bit of a longer stare, and then jumps back up into the sky and then flies back up to where the cliff is, and then looks back at you and caws like, caw! But you recognize this as come.
It wants us to follow.
Doesn't that lead?
All right,
deeper
sounds
into
good
the
to me.
forest?
It's a better lead than we have at everything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's alive.
Before we head off, how's everyone feeling?
Good question.
It's just a good question.
Oh,
Actually.
I feel great. I feel like no one's
Good
touched.
question.
Well, I feel like I could push on. I'm using a thing of tireless.
Okay.
How does Swiftrunner look?
That's a good question.
She looks great. Looks like she just won a war.
Which she did. Kill it and take its feathers, cast Make Big on it, then you have the giant black feather.
Been big.
No, make big.
I'm sure she got injured, but
Big,
she's showing
big.
us full health
Favorite
right now.
spell.
I
Probably
think you
healed
said
up.
she took like 25-ish%,
I
roughly.
heard she was 25 down.
Yeah, it was not a lot. Like, she's got a couple of injuries and
25
like an
hit
arrow or
points, I
two
think.
sticking out. But she seems to be perfectly fine, pretty much.
Yeah.
And actually,
She
as
healed in
she
seconds.
kind of catches Irilyssa looking at her,
I'll blooper.
and then notices that you're like glancing at one of the arrows, and she just kind of pulls it out and snaps it and throws it down on the floor. I'm fine.
I'll boop her for 4.
Okay.
She's distracted with it. Irilyssa, her brother, comes
There
up
you
and
go.
just.
Thank you, Tahko.
Brap.
I did not know that was something you could do, but interesting.
He's full of surprises.
We both grown since.
Yeah, normally when he touches somebody like that, he melts their skin off.
Yeah.
Well, must be
Good
the
thing he
family
likes
touch.
you. Yes.
So is that wee bird a friend of yours? It's the first living thing I've seen around for a while.
I
I hope it's a friend.
think it's a friend of all of ours. It hasn't tried to peck our eyes out, so that's a good sign. Let's go.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, we'll follow where it's going.
Follow the bird.
Okay, so
Follow the
I will need
raven.
you all to give me an athletics check, because you are trying to scale a cliff right now.
Oh God!
Okay, is there like
Are
a,
you kidding me?
It's a full cliff.
I was like, are you guys
on.
not listening?
is there a way around the cliff? However,
I mean, you can look, but it's a bird, it just
Might as
flew
well
up.
try.
Yep, no problem. Yep. Just climb a cliff, no biggie.
yeah, sure.
Plus
Let's give
9.
that a shot. Yeah.
We all got 9s.
Did I
Just as
hear
a
that?
reminder, this is where you are right now.
Right? Yeah.
All right, like a bird, I'll climb.
I got a plus 9.
We
Does
could walk.
that count?
We could just walk up the cliff if we go over here.
Yeah, but this is more
Or
straightforward.
here.
Dang it.
So for
Step climbing here.
those of you who got a poor roll, which I will say is Elora, Irilyssa, and Zagrax, Zagrax is the first to kind of give it a go, and he like claws up maybe a foot, and then just slowly you just hear a as he just slides back down again, as this
Right.
cliff wall is just ice. it's,
Right.
it's not exactly the most conducive to walking, and then Irilyssa and Elora, you just kind of look at each other and then make your way over to the southern sides where you know that there's a ramp going up and around. In fact, Irilyssa,
We
you're
just
already up
walk
there, I
around.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, Irilyssa
Yeah,
is
you
already
already
up
were.
there.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Actually, didn't you like teleport up there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually you do make it up to the top of the cliff, and as you get close to the raven, it again launches itself forwards, landing in a tree a little bit ahead. But slowly but surely, you follow this bird as it leads you along no particular trail that you can recognize until eventually it seems to fly through just this closed section of just underbrush, which you would think would be very difficult to pass through, but it's just flown straight over the top.
Well, that's not.
All right,
normal.
I'll keep a hand out and walk into it. See if it's just illusory.
And as you do, you don't meet any resistance, and your hand just passes straight through.
And that's not normal either.
Yeah, another illusion, huh?
To the rest of you, this doesn't look like an illusion. It looks like Tahko's just put his hand in this underbrush. But Tahko,
Oh.
to you felt no resistance.
Okay.
What'd you find?
I'll just slide into the underbrush like Homer Simpson.
And with that, Tahko seems to just duck down, getting underneath some of the worst of the boughs, and then disappears within.
Should we
Fine.
follow him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Irilyssa will go to where he was. Just kind of like try and push the boughs and like the brush aside.
And again, just like with Tahko, you feel no actual resistance, but the rest of you see Irilyssa like trying to push into the brush there. But there's nothing before you.
Oh. She'll just walk in.
Okay.
Okay.
You're both not dead, right?
Ooh, so dead.
I'm sure it's fine. I'll go through it.
Good.
Illusion magics.
Zagrax, just follow Irilyssa in.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, give me just a second as I set this up, because I did a very bad job of setting this up previously. Can I get a marching order as you go through? In fact, we know that Tahko was in the lead, followed by
I think I'm
Irilyssa
third.
and Elora.
Ye-
Can I
Like
do
a
something
scorpion?
actually? Yeah. I was kind of curious if there were any tracks outside of our own leading up to that area.
Give me a perception check. No, survival, sorry. Survival check.
Okay. 17.
Nice.
No.
Nice.
All right, birds don't leave tracks. Good line. Makes sense.
Wow.
All right, everything checks out.
Done and dusted. Next
Yep.
mystery.
So, I think I'm after like Zagrax or Elora. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's
gonna
turn
say
this?
Second.
Me and you probably went about the same time in.
Yeah. Yeah, since they're already going in, I can follow up the rear of the party just to have everything covered.
Okay.
All right. And that all seems to be working. I think I probably need to adjust your vision. There we go.
Okay.
Especially after I'm no longer alive.
So we're in the bottom right.
Mm-hmm. Is it
Oh.
is it quite
There it
bright
goes.
in here or
Oh,
not?
okay.
Because I definitely can
Yes,
see.
it is. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the visions. What is my vision
Wow.
today? 60. Okay.
This is the whole thing.
This is a whole thing.
See moons?
I also seen gnomes.
Oh, I don't see gnomes.
What gnomes?
I think those are
Oh,
statues.
I
Oh.
see
Yeah,
There.
gnome statues.
Welcome to the gnome forest.
Oh, there's a scary face right there.
Ah. Oh.
So as you duck
There is.
through the brush, you are met with this open glade. Immediately in front of you are a series of statues, their faces completely worn away by the wind, looking out in the direction that you just emerged from. There are a couple of trees scattered around you. Immediately in front of you is this platform with light marble-like stonework in a very intricate, organic kind of flowing architecture style, which those of you who know elven stuff would know to be elven in make.
To be honest, Elora
Not I.
probably know.
How? I assume elven stuff's not very common around here.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Interesting.
Cool.
Hmm.
Whoa, that's interesting.
Well, I did not expect to see this here.
Nope.
Do you know what this is, Swift Runner?
I have no clue. And as you walk closer to the structure, you now notice that despite how heavy the snow was in the woods around, it's much lighter in here. Like there's been a faint dusting of snow sometime recently, but it actually seems to be mostly clear. And even the temperature feels like it's a couple of degrees warmer.
Mm.
Well, so Raven didn't lead us into here somewhat.
And the raven at this point has flown up to this tree here and just sitting there, like preening its wings. Not really particularly interested in you anymore.
Hey, which way?
Thank you, Raven. I guess
Which
I see a
way?
gap in a door this way.
Yeah, it looks like there's an entrance over there. I just want to make sure.
There's stairs over here, too.
So you can see
Yeah,
right
I can see over the top of the lip.
right here is a door. So to the left is just a large like hillock almost. Looks yeah, it's a hill, but there is a solid stone slab that's just covering this small cave entrance, blocking entrance. But there is also an opening immediately adjacent to it, leading to this secondary area.
Check out these
just ahead-
statues.
Just heads
Yeah.
up, the cams on stream froze. They still have sound, but the cams froze.
Oh,
Oh, weird.
Oh.
There they are.
Move.
Did it?
I
Yeah,
just
it's moving now.
activated Discord again, and then it just works.
Yeah.
So thanks for
Okay.
the heads up. That was weird.
That's kind of what I figured. Yep. Back to spoopy. Well, it's actually not very spooky, is it? Other than the fact that we just kind of like showed up into a
No,
glade
I mean
that-
the spookiest thing
nowhere.
about this is the fact that this looked like it was just undergrowth. Even like over the top of the undergrowth, you could see the tops of trees and stuff. Like it just looked like the forest continued as normal ahead, and yet obviously it has not.
Okay.
Yeah,
I should also
all of this
mention
is just
that
hidden.
as dark as it has been throughout, it does feel like evening is falling. It's about 6 p.m.
I want to check out these statues.
Okay.
Just give them a once over. Look for anything like writing or.
That's a good one.
You don't see any writing over them, but they are elevated white marble statues arranged in a line, which depict slender robed figures facing northwards. The engraving on their faces has been worn away by the wind, but the pointed ears make the statues identifiable as elves.
Well, if it's seemingly elven.
Does it make it good or bad?
Yeah.
Makes it elven.
True.
I've not seen anything like this before.
Hopefully it's not the. Hopefully it's not the Duragar equivalent of elves, whatever they might be.
And the platform here is about 10 feet higher than where you guys are at the moment. This thing.
Okay. I'll peek
What's
over
up
the
here?
top and be like, oh, nothing up there.
Well, actually, as you peek up the top, there is something up there. There is what looks to be a sarcophagus in the centre, with 4 pillars arrayed around it, plus the 2 trees.
Looks like some kind of sacrifice table or something.
I don't know.
That's not
What do you
good.
mean?
And Irilyssa,
You want me to pick you up and show you, or you want to use the steps?
rising in the centre of the circular depression is a tall, rectangular crystal gnomon, a device one usually finds in the middle of a sundial. It is thick near the base and narrows to the top, at a point at the top. The snow around the gnomon has melted away completely, revealing a circle of symbols carved into the stone around it. The symbols depict phases of the moon, suggesting that the circular depression is not a sundial, but a moon dial. Something is punched through a hole into the wall in the northwest edge of this depression, creating a dark opening that leads under the hill.
It's a moon dial.
Right.
What? What?
It's like a sundial, but it tracks the phases of the moon.
That seems like it's your jam then.
Indeed.
Yeah.
At the moment,
Maybe
it's
it's a
not
good
displaying anything, but it's still early evening. The moon has not risen yet.
It's a door?
That is indeed, well, it's probably a door, but it's a large stone
steel.
slab that seems to be somewhat inset,
Okay.
covering up the enclosure, covering the entrance.
So the door actually looks like what it looks like on Roll20. They always look like slabs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
a slab this time.
Right.
You muted yourself.
When we can't hear you.
I don't think he.
The eye roll.
Yeah.
Was Tahko trying to say something then?
You are.
There's
That
no.
was attempting. Hey,
We're back.
there you are.
You're back.
Yes.
Yes.
There's no handhold or anything for it to open it.
No, the stone slab is completely bare.
Okay. I'll try pushing it. You know,
As Tahko
see if
does.
it swings in.
And
Yeah.
at your touch, you feel solid stone in front of you. You give it a little shove, and it stands stalwartly before your shove. Doesn't move.
It's a stone.
Nope.
Must
Okay.
be magic.
Just gonna keep going around this thing.
I'm gonna follow you.
And Irilyssa, you see that there are
I'll take the other side.
icons for the various different stages, going from full moon to new moon to half moon to no moon, and then back to full. And then the
We've never
large
seen-
There's
opening
another
on the
elf
side.
statue on this side.
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting.
And Irilyssa, as you
Here.
watch, the moon finally does start to rise, and the light falls on to this
Sis, don't fall behind.
system, and you note that there is a little pinprick of light that lands on where the full moon is, and it seems to get reflected to like the top of this depression, the top of the wall, a very, very faint silvery light that seems to disappear through a hole up at the top.
Well, seems that it's maybe fortuitous that it's a full moon tonight. Look, up there. The light goes through.
And
No
Tahko,
Zagrax over there.
Uh-oh.
and Tahko, as you're looking through the gap, you can see that this does indeed reflect off of what seems to be a mirror and then disappears down this pathway.
Well, shall we follow it?
I mean, we gotta check this place out, right?
I'm
You're listening
excited.
about this stuff.
I have to say I'm very excited to see something like this.
It's very
Hmm.
special.
Yeah, it's
That
big.
is. That's,
Yeah.
that's a
Certainly
term.
one word for it. And as you enter this opening, scattered, hiding almost against the sides of the wall, are all kinds of small creatures. You've got squirrels, badgers, mice, a couple of deer, mostly like younger fawns, even a small young polar bear cub just cowering against the side of the wall at your approach.
Oh,
I'm gonna call out in Elvish.
Like live ones?
Hello,
Live ones.
or Elven.
And looking at them all, you see that their eyes are shining, normal. They are not glazed over white like the other animals you've witnessed in this forest.
In Elven, I'm gonna call out hello.
You call out hello in Elven. It echoes around the quiet walls. No response. One of the mice nearby recoils at the sudden sound and then slowly looks out back at you again.
Has it been more than 10 minutes since we left initially where the raven was?
Yes, I would say so. It's probably been like an
Okay.
hour as you were walking around.
Gotcha. Thanks.
can you talk to them
I
and
didn't know you
reassure
spoke
them,
elf.
Vulwin?
Sure. He doesn't have to speak with animals up right now, but he's just like, we don't mean any harm. It's just in gesture. It's just kind of like, you're fine. You're fine.
And one of the like saber-toothed tiger cubs pads over to where Zagrax is and like paws at your leg.
Well, hi there.
Reach down and just slowly reach down to like pet it on the head.
It immediately like tries to dart back a little bit, but at your touch, and it's quiet and gentle as it is, eventually allows you to touch him, and you carefully stroke the top of the head, flattening the ears slightly as you do. And after a couple of moments of this, you hear a
Purring.
Well,
Aw.
poor little scared animals in here. At least they seem to have found some refuge.
Yeah. They're just children.
Why are they here though? That's horrible.
Oh,
Well, considering what we've been running
least the
across
cat
this
has
entire
plenty to eat.
time.
I don't think they're eating each other.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this is a safe place for them.
well,
And
Seems
as
like
you
it.
say that, Elora, you look around and there are no bones or anything in here.
Yeah.
There's obvious like signs of nesting where they've bedded down, but nothing's been eaten. Even creatures which are natural predators and prey seem to be coexisting peacefully.
Yeah. They seem to all be friendly with each other. I don't know why, but that's kind of nice, right?
Yes.
Well, yes and no.
Okay. Unnatural, but nice.
Yeah.
The other
Wrapping
thing
my
I should
head
mention
around.
is the 3 statues in this room haven't been worn down by the wind outside, and you can see that they are indeed finely chiseled elven features. A mixture of men and women, the 3 of them, with very nice, like ceremonial robes almost.
So are these elves? These just look like pointy-eared humans to me.
Statues? Probably.
Yeah.
Different from humans, they live far longer.
Irilyssa,
I
give
mean,
me
you've
a
met my dad.
history check.
Statues,
I was just about to ask if they have anything on them that was like I would recognize through history, but okay.
Yeah, plus if they're elves, I heard they know
16.
more than most people.
Okay, so you've read about elven
it's not
cultures. I
hard to
mean,
know
that's a
what humans-
fairly common topic for scholarly research in Candlekeeper, in any institution, really. And while the features are definitely elven, the clothing does look different from how you would expect. You see that there are, like, the tops of the shoulders are actually covered in a fur pelt, something usually not worn by elves, and you can see other bits of like leather work into the robes, like peeking out from underneath, but otherwise they just have these chiseled marble robes. And the other thing, which is, well, with the 60, nah, never mind.
Well, their fashion choices
So,
aside,
so the moon... Yeah, the moonbeam's coming down, pointing in this direction, right?
Yeah, actually it's probably going down all 3 branches, but the brightest by far is down this way. And in fact, Elora, from where you're standing, and Tahko, you probably as well, you can see to the end of that passageway, and at the end of it is just a very large mirror. And it does seem to be bathed in a pale silvery light as the moonlight being reflected from outside is coating it. It's still vague, it's still dim because there's not a lot of moonlight coming in yet, but you suspect as the moon continues to rise, it'll become more intense.
Something about this place just makes me rather uncomfortable.
It's interesting.
This is probably
Yeah.
the most comfortable place you can be in the woods, minus the fact that this exists in the woods.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean
again,
this woods alone, yeah.
Inside the interior of this structure, again, the temperature seems to have risen by a couple of degrees, and while you wouldn't want to like take your coat off or anything in here, it's warm enough to be bearable, warm enough that you could probably sleep without a fire.
It's just shape strange, I think. I slept in a giant snail. I'm gonna check this way.
What?
I'm going down this way.
Okay, so Tahko and Irilyssa, at the end of your respective corridors is another of those stone doors, but this one does seem to be seems to have a knob that you can turn, a door handle, and the moonlight that is reflecting in very, very faintly seems to be again bathing the front of this door.
Zagrax is just gonna like watch Irilyssa go one way and Tahko go the other, and just kind of like, and then follow Irilyssa.
Well, there's another route this way too. Why don't we just all split up? And Vulwin's just gonna kind of sit there and wait.
And Swift Runner is also just kind of like standing with you, looking down both corridors, a little more warily towards where Tahko went, but also seems to be holding position here in the center.
Peek my head over the corner and look at the
Yes.
mirror.
So the mirror at the moment seems to be
It's just a door.
hazy. It certainly looks like it should be reflecting whatever is looking at it, but at present it's not. It's
The
clear.
mirror's weird. It's not like normal mirror, like reflective.
Well, maybe you should just. Is it dusty?
Maybe. I'll get closer.
Can I do a religion roll to know which gods or deities or whatever deal with mirrors or reflections?
Sure. Give me a religion check.
All right. That would be a 1. Let's see. I got a
no
6.
idea. Completely alien to you. However, I will say, Irilyssa, you can also give me a religion check.
Good. Yeah. A total of.
Hey, we match!
With advantage. Roll it again. Just Irilyssa, not you, Tahko.
Oh, okay. I see how
9!
it is.
Nice.
So the imagery of the moon is obvious, and the dominant state that it plays in this place is clear. But this doesn't feel like a Selenite temple or anything. Like, the similarities are there, but probably not Saloon.
Could I possibly cast Detect Magic in this area?
Absolutely. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Woo! We're running so high today.
Beauty.
So,
You cast Detect Magic, you look at the mirror and your eyes explode.
What?
Oh God.
so while you're unable to decipher precisely what this thing is, it has a very, very strong aura of divination magic. Like, intensely
Okay.
strong.
Oh.
Irilyssa being Irilyssa, she's gonna knock on the door.
You knock on a solid stone door. Doesn't really do much.
She's gonna try and open it.
Okay. So you reach out, you press the door handle down, and with a little bit of resistance, it does eventually swing open. And inside,
No.
Wow.
this circular chamber has an intricately carved domed ceiling 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. And the light that's shining down is very, very silvery.
The mirror's magic. I'll call out.
Magic mirror?
Yeah,
If you can't
it's
see yourself,
it's
it
like
better be.
I want to see.
Divination magic. You know, like the.
So, Elora,
Yeah.
how close to this mirror are you getting? You're still kind of standing away from it? You're actually getting up to it and
Yeah.
looking at it?
No, I'm actually like the 5 feet away from it.
Well,
She was
magic
like,
mirror.
no.
feel like
When
I've
I hear
heard
that,
that before.
I'll walk right up to it.
Okay.
Is there anything written on this sarcophagus to designate who it is?
The problem is splitting the party.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
It's just a scene jump.
Yeah, I was gonna say between that, and there's just that ever so slight delay with Highwind's responses and talking.
So,
Yep.
on the
Yeah.
walls of this chamber are pictographs of fur-clad people in what looks to be a very snowy expanse, fighting some type of creatures you can't really recognize. You see lots and lots of prone, probably dead bodies lying around. Quite a few of them with like a faint outline etched around them, which you imagine might be that they've been crystallized.
Ah.
And there are words on the sarcophagus. Give me an intelligence check.
1 second. Save or just a check?
Just to check.
14.
So some of the symbols are recognizably Elvish, but you cannot read this.
Oh.
And it might be like, imagine you're looking at English. There might be like certain repeating patterns that you would recognize, and you could, or like looking at German, you'd be like, okay, that probably means something similar to this. That has a similar accent to what we would say in English, but you can't actually read it. The nature of the text itself is foreign to you.
I see.
She's gonna pull out her like little journal thing and just start taking little rubbings of it.
Okay. Meanwhile, Tahko, you're walking right up to this mirror. What are you doing?
How clean does the mirror look?
It's not.
Is it clearly a mirror, or could it just be like
it
is
looks-
it like a perfect reflection?
It looks clean. There is a very, very faint reflection of the room around you. You can kind of see the very hazy outline of you and one standing next to you. But there is no solid picture in it. It looks like it's dusty, but it doesn't necessarily... Yeah, in fact, I'm going to say it kind of looks like it's dusty.
Okay. I'll reach out to clean it.
Okay. And as you touch, you wipe away a
I'll
section
get like
of...
a piece of cloth and just.
Okay.
Okay.
I
I mean, Elora's not gonna stop.
And Elora, as you're standing and watching, you just see that Tahko reaches out and just like wipes once
Yeah.
on the mirror.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
To divinity, right? Like the fortune telling stuff.
Yeah.
It's Elora being
Oh.
like, "What are you doing?" to Tahko.
I think Tahko's
But
typing
he's
something
busy.
to me. Give it a minute. In fact, while Tahko's doing that, Irilyssa, Zagrax, is there anything else you want to do in that room?
No,
I'm
Zagrax is just looking at all the pretty pictures.
Okay.
I'll point out the text and be like, Zag, have you seen anything like this before?
And to you,
I'm gonna
Zagrax,
say no.
it's completely ineligible, unintelligible.
No.
Stories of snow elves at all up here?
Elves.
Snow.
Yes, snelves.
Nelves.
That's the first I've heard of a snelf.
And Irilyssa, as you spend a little bit more time looking over this, you recognize a couple of these entities seem to be a bit bigger than the most prominent figures. And they have, like, zigzag etchings around their sides, which you make out to be fur. There are a couple even bigger, like 2 or 3 times bigger, with what look to be giant clubs in their hands. They've got helmets on with some kind of horns sticking out. Or you imagine it to be a horned helmet. Might just be a person with horns. I don't know. There are several depictions of mammoths and other large Arctic creatures. Several of them being ridden by what you would imagine to be the elves.
Snelves.
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 No.
She's just pointing all
Elora,
this out
seems to be
to
a mirror of spying.
she's just pointing all this out to Zagrax, and she's like kind of like a museum person talking to a really, really bored kid.
I'm not bored. You just can tell that like you're saying things, and like you can see that he's trying to understand, but
Took
only
over.
only half of it's like sticking. But he's interested, but that like missing half of it. There's no boredom. He just doesn't understand.
He just doesn't get it.
Yeah, it's too difficult. Why'd
It's
they have to
hard.
draw pictures? Stick figures. Stick figures.
You still typing, Tahko?
No, I already did. I sent it to you.
Oh.
Okay.
Like right away.
I responded, and you haven't heard anything back since that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, then I turned to Elora, and I'm just going to say, this appears to be a mirror of spying. Give it a try.
What? Who is... Somebody watching us?
Other way around.
Oh, okay. I'll walk up to it.
Okay.
Look
Touch it
into
and think of home.
Touch it.
So
Think of
again,
home.
Elora, as you approach it,
Yeah.
you swipe another section of the dust away, and the mirror gets illuminated in this silvery light. And you hear something in your mind.
Yay.
Oh, what you did last summer.
No. Mm.
Why did you break that poor orc boy's heart?
Hmm.
Genuinely. I'm just doing what's been asked of me.
Asked of you by Tahko.
Yes.
So, Elora, let's go and have a word.
Okay.
Oh no!
I don't... Why did I say that?
Okay. So, chat, this is personal between players, so don't be talking about this. And
Right.
I'm not going to bother with the cameras because I think it will just be screwed up anyway. So,
Right.
as you say the words to see home, your vision immediately shifts as if you're moving across a vast amount of distance very, very quickly. And then just as quickly as it began, it stops again. And you seem to be looking from the top of the roof, or of the ceiling of the tavern in Tourmaline, looking down, looking to see that your mother and your father are rushing around, dealing with a couple of the guests that they have there. It is evening, so the tavern seems to be filling up slowly but surely with people as you were watching, and your father pours a drink and kind of glances up at the ceiling, shakes his head, and then walks over and serves the drink to somebody. Your mother disappears from sight as she disappears into the kitchen beyond.
Okay. I guess that answered her question.
You can stay there for about
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
up to about 10 minutes, or you can just kind of think return, and then you'll be able to bamf out.
She'll think return if she wants to discuss this with Tahko.
Okay, so with that, again, you feel like you're being pulled over a mighty long distance, shifting back to yourself and returning to the others. I'm just going to send them something before we return.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back.
Oh no!
All right, we're back.
All right then. Do I see anything in the mirror as she's like staring into it and touches it?
You see that the image shifts. It's no longer displaying a reflection of what the room was, but what exactly the mirror is now showing, you can't see.
Yeah, is everything going okay over there? Elora, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Tahko, you were right. I could see home. I saw my family. Why?
Good.
Why?
Just the first thing I thought of.
Should we ask it more relevant questions? Like, where is the cause of the destruction of the forest?
Elora, step away from the mirror.
Okay.
Yeah. What's wrong with your skin?
Yeah.
So Elora,
What?
you
Over
step
here.
away from the mirror, and those of you who got that message, she seems to return to normal again as she steps away from the light.
That's better.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Well-
what?
Yeah.
You looked like an Elora.
You were kind of. You know how the mirror appears to be faint and silvery? You were kind of doing the same thing. I think you were possibly about to get sucked into the mirror.
Oh, that's weird.
There's a light around you.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
not touch this. Let's go join up with the others.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did
Gonna
you,
back away.
So you
So-
say this thing can see places? What did you see?
I saw my family working at their tavern.
Were you able to talk to them, or were you just an eye in the sky?
I'm pretty sure I was an eye in the sky. I saw my dad look up, but then he just shook his head.
Interesting.
Like, he's like, oh, it's like that. You think somebody's... Like, you feel like somebody's looking behind you, or whatever. You know?
And did
Well, I
you
saw you
feel
both.
like you were going to be sucked into the thing? Because you did go a bit weird, I'm not going to lie.
No, I didn't feel weird at all.
It's like
Oh, you
when
looked
we were
weird.
looking at you, your flesh started to shudder, to crawl, to change.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't want to go into that much detail. Might have spooked you, but
She'll, like, look at her hands. I think
As-
I'm normal now. She'll, like, check her hair.
As you look at your hands, they're your hands. You check your hair. It's your hair.
Okay, she'll look back at the mirror. And then back at you guys, and she'll just shrug.
you saw your family. What did you see, Tahko? You swiped the mirror too.
I didn't use it.
Well, I saw you swipe it.
I heard it call for me to. Yeah, and then I heard it call for me to ask it to show something, but I didn't.
That explains
Elora
why
did
you-
for me. Thank you, Elora.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Explains why your skin didn't get wiggly.
Well, don't touch
Wiggly.
the curse mirror unless you really want to see somewhere.
I seem to have missed something. Wiggly skin?
Yes. Do you need me to
Yeah.
check something out, Elora?
I mean, you can check. I think I'm back to normal, but you can inspect if you want. If something's still wiggly on me, she'll wiggle.
Medicine check.
Go for it.
It's like the slug thing comes out.
Yeah, the slug thing starts wiggling.
She's
I
dying.
got a 1.
Oh gosh!
You, you do that thing where you grab her arm and it like looks like Jello because she's not actually bracing her.
Yeah, Elora
Afraid all of
doesn't,
your arms are broken and you're not.
The mirror
Elora-
stole your blood.
doesn't seem to be taking this at all seriously, and as you like grab her hand to like make sure it's still solid and stuff, it just like falls completely limp and then turns almost to jello at your touch. And then when you release it, she kind of does the swishy robot arm thing.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Well, what else is around here?
There's a
Chamber
door
with
to, up this way.
Well, in the chamber that Zag and I were in, it's elven, but not elven writing. Like,
Which he said. And a bunch of
You
pictures.
sure you're not just elven illiterate?
I can speak 5 languages, Tahko. How many can you speak?
Yeah, but how many can you read? That's the real question.
I can read, write, and speak 5 languages.
Well,
And
Vulwin's
Zagrax
fine,
walks
indeed.
away.
You can talk to creatures.
So what are you guys doing?
Well,
Does this sarcophagus look like the one outside?
I mean, you didn't get a very good look at the one outside because he just kind of jumped up, peeked around, then you were back on the floor. It's
Yeah,
a
that's true.
stone structure of some kind. It's rectangular, seems to have a lid.
Was there anything of import in that room or other doorways?
Nope, just a dead end with seems to be a sarcophagus and a bunch of pictures.
So,
Okay.
this
Well,
doesn't feel like a saloon temple.
Wait, really? I figured it was since,
No,
moons.
it's true, but it's different. She kind of just looks around.
well, don't touch the mirror. It's cursed.
well,
Well, you might. I don't know. I saw my parents, which was nice.
Kind of
So it
want to
can't be
touch
that
the mirror now.
cursed.
That's how they get you.
I was fine.
oh, you weren't.
I was.
No.
Okay. Elora looks really content because, like, she
Well-
saw her family. Nothing is wrong.
Well, there's one more door. Let's go try that.
So, Irilyssa, you said this is a moon temple or something, but not saloon. And it's elven, but not elven.
Yes.
Huh.
It's the same thing, but it's different. I don't know how to explain it. Well,
Well, I don't know
I'll
if
crack
I'd
open
be
this
any
door.
better at it. You're knowledgeable.
yes. That mirror is quite interesting. I'm not sure if I'd like to touch it. But I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd advise it.
Okay, so Tahko, you open the door. And again, at your touch, it does give a little bit of resistance.
Mhm.
But eventually it swings open. And in here...
All right.
This circular chamber has an intricately carved domed ceiling 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. Someone has turned this tomb into a living quarters, as evidenced by a rack of drying herbs and an unfurled bedroll behind the sarcophagus. And perched next to the bedroll, a little tree seems to be growing out of the floor. Like
Okay.
a sapling.
I'll come on in and look around. I see is there writing on that table? As
No.
shown in the art?
No.
Okay.
It's just a clear sarcophagus
Alright.
with like
Um,
there are like empty pots, a couple of empty sacks, a broken open crate with whatever supplies were within removed. And this room smells fairly musty, like it hasn't been inhabited in a while. You're not going to say like years and years. It's probably been a week or two. And you can still see in the dust of the ground here that there are very, very faint footprints. It looks like this has been pretty regularly visited.
Okay. It looks like someone's been staying here. And
as
I'll look around and try and find anything of note.
As you walk around the sarcophagus, getting closer to the bedroll, you hear a voice. Hey, berries. I got berries. You want berries?
Berries, huh?
Yeah, I got berries.
Sure.
Just
Can
reach over.
I see who's speaking to me?
Just grab them. You look around, and there's just the sapling, and you notice now that the sapling seems to be pretty engorged with various berries growing on it.
Whoa.
I'll take an engorged berry.
Yeah, you can take more. I got loads. Just help yourself. Oh, it feels good.
Yeah.
Go on, help yourself. Get some more.
Elora, could you get Vulwin? This tree's talking to me.
Sure.
What, you
I
mean you don't
guess.
get trees talking to you all the
Thanks.
time?
Can I hear it?
No.
Oh, yeah,
we-
Elora,
we-
you can. Like,
I
it's
can-
quiet because you're further away, but you can
Yeah.
hear this
Like,
voice.
I can hear it too, Tahko. It's not. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah, I'll adjust the tree. We have a specialist for these sort of things.
okay, fine.
You've got a
I'll go get
specialist.
Vulwin.
Berry picker.
Vulwin, come here.
La-di-da. Get him in here quickly.
What do you need?
I
It's
need
a
to
talking
He'll walk his way in
tree.
here.
There's a talking tree.
As he walks up to Elora, it's like, that's dumb. Trees don't talk.
Well, you should come in here. She'll walk back in.
He just like walks back out for a second. You're gonna want to hear this one. They're talking about talking trees.
I feel like
You
I've
mean-
heard that before.
Please don't talk.
Yeah, exactly. All right, he
Yeah.
walks in the room.
What's your
Just
name,
a-
tree?
All right,
Zagrax
where's
is
this
gonna-
talking tree.
Gonna start following and then realize that Irilyssa's going towards the mirror and he's gonna like bounce over.
Okay. What's my name? It's Berry. And I got berries. Want some berries? I got some extras. Oh, is this the
Berry,
specialist
alright.
berry picker? Because
Did you
I
say-
got berries for him as well.
Why the hell are you talking? How the hell are
Are
you
these safe to
talking?
eat?
Of course they are. What do you think I'm going to do? Poison you?
You might. We
Do I
don't
look
know
like
you.
that kind of plant
Alright,
to you?
I'll eat a berry.
You eat the berry, and it is a little bit bitter at first, but the flavour does eventually like mellow out and becomes a little bit of a sweeter aftertaste. See, it's good
alright.
stuff.
I'll reach my hand over to Vulwin.
Berry,
Berry.
the best here.
I don't know about that.
Go on, Chief. I've got berries. Right. They said you were the expert.
I'll pick a few more off and then
Yeah, but
Oh yeah.
head
what
back
are you
around.
doing? Why are you talking?
Why am I talking? I mean,
Yeah.
don't you
Why am
usually
I
talk
talking
to
to you?
plants?
How am I talking to you?
Well,
No. Not like this.
I can't really say. I mean,
Not like this.
maybe I'm special,
Yeah, but maybe you are.
or maybe you're special.
But apparently they can hear you, so I don't think I'm that special.
Maybe you're all special. Have a few more berries, and you might find out just how special you are. Huh? Berries? Berries? Got loads.
No, I don't.
Berries and cream.
I'll eat a few more berries, then offer some to Elora and Swift Runner.
What do they taste
berries?
like?
Swift Runner takes them. Just,
Well, a little sour at first, but they get better.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at these.
yeah, give me a nature check,
Sure.
Vulwin.
Of all the things I figured would go on tonight, this is not it.
Nope. It's a berry.
It's a berry. It's
Oh,
Gosh.
perfect roll.
It's a berry.
Damn.
It's Nightshade.
Yeah. Not gonna
So
be
it's
honest.
tomato.
Yeah, gonna be honest. It looks like a berry. And
Looks
I
like a
don't know
berry.
much
Sounds like
more.
a berry. It is a berry. I know because I
Just
make
comes
them
from
myself. Because I'm
talking.
berry. I make berries.
Yeah.
Berries.
You know, you Tahko, you don't find this strange at all.
No, I'm fine. Oh, strange, yeah, but you're not a bad strange.
And Tahko, I'm going to say that this is going to count as you're having a meal for today, so you don't need to use a ration later.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, I'll eat one after like inspecting it.
Okay. It's a black with a slight bluey tint to it. It's like a large elderberry, is what this looks like, without the
Okay.
big pip. It does have
Cool.
a pip you have to spit out, but
It's a pretty good berry.
it's a pretty good berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's like a cherry,
okay.
cherry size.
Oh. No, this berry's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's peddling them.
How
so
you doing,
aggressively.
Barry?
I'm alright. I can outgrow more. I was running out of space.
Yeah.
Appreciate you picking them. If you want more, I got more.
You getting enough sun?
Don't really need it.
Get enough sun? Get enough water? Don't eat it. How big is this plant? Could I fit it in my backpack?
It's pretty big. Like, imagine... Oh gosh, how would you compare it? Size of a plant.
Is it like a sapling?
It's a sapling, yeah. So you probably could, but it would stick
So
out
we
the
can
top.
get bigger.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Oh my god. He's gonna be
Barry,
the
how
first
do you
one
like
with a pet.
to have tons of people just ready to pick and eat your berries all day and enjoy them? How's that sound?
I mean, it sounds pretty good, to be honest. There's one thing I know. It's berries.
All right.
How'd
Good,
you
we can-
get up here, and how are you talking?
I mean, I've been pretty bored since Ravison left. Just left me here. So, having a bit more company, having some other berry pickers. Sure.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
who's that? Were there other people here?
Yeah, 2 sisters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who were they?
The 2 sisters.
Okay. What did they do?
Talk to plants mostly, sometimes animals. One of them died. It's
Okay.
sad.
Oh, that is too
that's
bad.
unfortunate.
Happens though. Wasn't because of me.
Did they say when they're coming back?
Was it because of me?
One day she just stopped coming back. Used to go out all the time. Came back every night. Didn't. Seemed to be going a bit wacky though since the sister died.
Oh.
Started talking about everyone got a freeze. Sounds a bit chilly to me. A bit cold.
Oh. That's not good. And they haven't come back in a long time.
I'll start shifting.
What was that, Tahko?
What'd you say your name was? And I'll start shifting. I'm going to shift around stuff in my pack to make room for it, and be like, "What would you say the name was again?"
Berry.
No, not the name of the sad lady.
Sad lady.
Ravison.
Revison.
Ravison.
Revison.
Vulwin's gonna eat the berry. Like take a small bite out of it and be like, "What is this flavor?
What
this
about the
berry?"
little baby animals in there? Have they not been eating your berries? In the other chamber.
They couldn't get in. There's a big stone thing in the way. You
That's
cleared
true.
it. Well done. Go you.
Well, then I guess they could eat you now.
I don't want them to eat me. Eat the berries. Can't trust an animal.
Whoa.
Eat all my leaves.
Yeah.
You know how much that hurts? It hurts. Don't eat the leaves. It's not nice.
Okay, I won't.
Eat
Don't
the
worry
berries.
about it. Okay.
Alright.
Well,
So while this berry adventure is going on,
Yep.
Irilyssa is checking out this mirror for any symbols or I guess writing on it.
There is no symbols, there are no writing. You just see that the the moonlight that's being reflected from outside seems to be reflected with increased intensity on the surface of this mirror. And with a little bit more like careful checking, you do see that there are very, very faint glyphs that seem to be shining with a very faint silvery light. Like, they're so well crafted into the frame of this thing, it's virtually impossible to make it out.
She's gonna take a step closer to it and try and figure it out.
Okay. You step closer to it.
Yeah. She's just like really just trying to figure out what these are.
Give me
Are you
an
sure
Arcana
it's a good
check.
idea to get close to that? Considering.
Don't worry
what
about
they-
it.
What?
16.
Clearly this is a mirror with some kind of magical qualities. Just standing near it doesn't seem to be doing anything. But you do know that both Elora and Tahko did touch it, and that's what seemed to activate this thing.
Irilyssa is gonna look back at Zag. I'm gonna do something really dumb. Be ready to pull me off. Okay? And
Yeah,
she's going to
you
both
say
hands.
I'm gonna do something dumb, and Zagrax takes a step or two back, and you say, "Get ready to pull me off," and he just kind of like stands there for a second, and then goes gets ready.
do 2 hands on both sides of the mirror.
Okay.
Oh.
This is really not why.
And at Irilyssa's touch, the very faint glyphs flare up into a brighter silvery light that now encircles this mirror.
Is it common or draconic? Because if it's neither of those, I can't read it.
Now it's secret message time. Tap, 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 tap.
You guys weren't supposed to see that. Don't worry about that.
It's alright. I will respond to that in just a moment.
That's okay. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
true.
My roll 20
Yeah,
is
but-
Not supposed
always
to know,
so
but that was a
slow.
good answer.
I still can't see it.
Players are like,
Elora was ready to go ask some more questions, and then you guys were like, "Don't touch the mirror."
"Hey, you got a case of the wiggly. Ma'am, you got a case of the wiggly skins. Please step away from the mirror."
Alright, let's go and have a word, shall we, Irilyssa?
Ah.
Okay, chat, so again, this is just between players, so shh. So as you speak the name Avarice, I need you to make a wisdom... Wait, what check is this? Hang on. No, this would be an Arcana check, so give me an Arcana check. Whisper it to me.
1 second. F4.
Okay. So you feel yourself being pulled away from this place, moving an incredible amount of distance incredibly quickly. The world around you blurs as you travel, and eventually it slows gradually, coming eventually to a halt as you're looking upon the castle of Caer Dineval. And slowly but surely your mind moves in closer and closer, passes through one of the walls, pauses at one of the corridors, and then stops. You don't feel like... Or rather, you get this feeling that you're close, but the magic of the mirror doesn't know how to get you to that's what you seek. You don't know them well enough. It feels like, almost like this sensation of you being lost. Are you talking?
Yeah. Hello?
Okay. Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, sometimes my mic cuts out. I don't know why. I don't really know how to get back.
You feel like you can just think return, and you would return.
Okay, she's going to do that.
Okay, and then again, you feel like this blur of distance passing, rushing through time and space, the world around you hazy as you pass through, and then suddenly you're back on your own 2 feet, both hands on the mirror, and the silvery glyphs starting to dim as the magic withdraws, and you are standing there as normal. And I will return us to the chat.
Whoa.
Oh.
Speculation.
And we're back.
Yep.
Yes.
So, what does Zagrax see?
I've already told him.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So about these bears.
Yeah.
I like those berries, don't you? They're probably good.
God.
Do they taste good?
Sorry,
Yeah,
going back to
they're nice.
Irilyssa. I think that Irilyssa was going to say something.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. Sorry.
The big think.
So
Yeah, big
Zagrax, as you look, you see Irilyssa like blinks a few times as she pulls her hands away from the mirror, like she's trying to like readjust where they are. That's it.
You good?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's just staring at the mirror.
Uh-huh.
I was just standing there and wait until just kind of like okay then, and just kind of like take a step or two back and just stand there and dumbfoundedly watch her watch the mirror, watching paint dry. Let's go.
And Zagrax, as you were watching the mirror
I wonder
again,
what happens if I ask it.
much like what happened with Elora, which you didn't see, but I'm just going to explain it for everyone's benefit. Again, you saw like the picture shifting, changing. It was still heavily obscured, like it was behind a deep fog cloud, but you definitely saw like the image there change.
I just wait.
Zagrax, ask it who's the fairest one of all.
It's me, duh.
Unfortunately,
What do
you're
you
not
need
there
to
at the
ask?
moment.
That's about the
The white dragonborn, so I believe I am the fairest of them all. Literally.
I mean, I'm pretty pale.
What?
I know.
Get it? It's a joke about being
Yeah.
pale.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the moon.
Yeah.
Yep. Turns out it's actually a judge down in the Baldur's Gate.
Turn it.
So,
Don't
Berry
need to go
Room,
into this part.
are you doing anything?
Berry room. I mean,
Yeah.
Anything else here?
I'm going to set up some bags underneath Barry, so that if any berries fall off, then they'll still get captured by the bags. And I'm going to set him into my pack as carefully as I can, and then pick him up.
Okay. And
Make sure he's comfy.
you're able to. It looks like the roots they had were more for balance and stability rather than actually digging in to the ground below. And you're able to just lift him pretty easily and just stick him in the bag. Oh, easy.
Oh, wait.
back.
Oh, it's
Wait,
comfortable.
how are you?
Yep, I gotcha.
How do you stay alive? You're not rooted down.
Oh, it's
That's
that
not
comfortable
very
for you?
plant-like.
it's the ultimate question, really, isn't it? Like, what is life? How do we live? How are we alive? Are we even alive, or is this just a dream?
What? He's asking the deep
Of course, he's
questions
not rude.
here.
He's on the move right now.
Think a lot for something so simple.
Well, I've had a lot of time just, sitting there. It's kind of boring. Alone with the thoughts and the berries, which I can't even eat.
Is there anything on this coffin-y table thing?
Not on the surface, no.
Okay.
Well,
That
did you
bodes
look at
well.
the rest of the room?
Although, actually, sorry, it's not in the book, but it really should be. Much like the other tomb, this also has frescoes around it depicting various scenes with elves, mammals, or mammoths rather, large creatures, smaller creatures, some encased in ice. It does seem to be like different scenes, but from like the similar era, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And again, on the surface of the sarcophagus, there is writing,
Oh.
but Elora, you do not speak. Nope, none of you can understand what it says. Oh, Vulwin, give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Sure. Got a 6.
Oof.
Ooh.
Indecipherable.
Yep. They,
Hey,
Irilyssa,
Barry,
there's
can
some
you
more
read this
scribbles
writing?
in here.
I got many skills, but eyes ain't one of them.
Oh, you don't even know what we
okay.
look like.
So you can't even see
Weird.
what these statues look like.
I mean, I see a great many things. It really depends on what the haze of reality versus what one sees in one's mind. The difference there. It's really hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Like, what is
Gotcha.
this concept? Colour. It's alien
This
to me.
guy's a philosopher.
Well, this lady that you were hanging out with, the sad lady, Revisith, or whatever her name was,
Ravison.
was she an elf?
No. Human.
Human. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, she and her sister
Did-
really cared for all the creatures
Well, let's
around.
go find out.
Tended to all the trees and the plants and the animals. Till
Do you
her
know
sister
of
died,
any
of course.
places other than here that she really liked being?
No.
No?
Didn't really have a
Okay.
chance to travel much. I'm afraid I
Shame.
haven't really.
Well, now you do.
I ain't got the legs for it.
Well, we have a whole hungry town that would love to have these baby animals come in. I'm sure. But let's go see where your friend is.
What do you mean, Tahko?
What about the tree? The tree of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my pack. Come on.
Yeah, Tahko's got it in the pack now.
A tree of too much talking.
The tree of too much talking.
Hey Barry, you know any songs? You into singing?
Oh my god.
Hey, before that,
Natural 20.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Wow. You've got a bard on our pack.
lists off the entire playlist.
The berry bard.
Mm-hmm.
So he just starts in his kind of gruff, quiet voice, just singing all kinds of Chuck Berry songs.
Okay.
Wow. Perfect.
Great. Love it.
It's not the best
Does he
quality,
also
though.
do Barry White?
He does indeed do Berry White, yes. And any other berry-related pun that you can possibly think of. Which, off the cuff, I can't, but I'm sure there are many. And chat will probably enlighten us.
Oh no.
We have a tree bard.
Does it sound better than our friend who held the seance?
No.
Okay.
Aw.
Just
Great.
straight no.
Just no.
The bard who held the
No.
seance is a trained bard, and actually didn't sound terrible. This guy is just a berry bush that is singing.
Hey, you never know. Some
Yeah, it's true.
might be
You could have a natural
talented.
talent, you know. Well,
As a train does.
now what? We're here.
I'd like to think that as you guys are coming around the corner, that's right when Irilyssa is letting go of the mirror.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, Irilyssa, you know that's cursed, right?
It's not cursed.
I didn't think so.
It's not.
So what is it?
It's a mirror that allows you to see people that you have a connection to, I think.
Maybe. Try asking it a question about something you don't
anybody.
know. Like, or ask where the white moose is.
I don't. I tried asking it to see Avarice, and it took me to Care Dinaval, but it seemed I got lost along the way.
There could be some magical protections on that place too, though.
Yeah.
Ask it where Revison is.
Who?
Revison is the name of this tree's
Revison.
friend, owner, that used to live here and take care of the animals.
Yeah, the
What?
talking tree.
We found a talking tree.
Hey, you want some
What?
berries? I've got some berries for you.
What?
Singing tree now.
His name is Barry. Yeah, you've been hearing singing.
That's true. And a voice you don't recognize, like singing away as the group approaches.
I've been focused on the mirror, so I haven't heard any singing.
Right.
Zagrax is just standing there with the absolute most confused look on his face between Irilyssa teleporting her conscience through a mirror, a singing tree, and like just we're surrounded by small animals who are very scared of our presence. And it's just like, what is my life right now?
I mean, could be worse.
Oh yeah, always could be worse.
Well, yeah, Irilyssa.
I mean, the berries are good.
Some more scribbles in the other room.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're at the table.
Just move away.
And just to
Where
save
are
us
they?
a bit of time, if you go back to the other room, it's much the same as the first room you explored. Again, you see writing on the sarcophagus itself. Again, it has that familiarity, but you cannot read it.
Yeah. It's the same as this temple. It's familiar, but it's not. I can't read it.
Okay. I'll polish the mirror a bit more.
Okay, you polish the mirror. Mirror is now slightly more shiny.
That's it?
Oh wait, no, you touched it, but you didn't. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, you got the same question. That's true. Yes, you get the same question you got before.
Okay. I'll ask out loud. Please show me Revison, this tree's friend.
Okay. Let's go and have a quick chat. Alright, so give me a Arcana check, please. Whisper it to me.
Arcana check, huh? Boop, 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 boop. Core. And... Arcana.
Okay. So as you touch the mirror and you say out loud, Revison, you feel your body being moved very, very quickly. In an instant, you are transported across the world. The sky around you, the ground beneath, just a blur of movement as you're travelling with such incredible speed over all the distance. And eventually, and very quickly actually, you come to a halt in a forest area. And I'm just going to go and look up what you see. You see a small frozen stream that flows down a gradual slope before forking into around what looks to be a stone obelisk. Overlooking this is a human dressed in fur overcoat, like a greatcoat type thing. Seems to have white hair flowing down her shoulders. In her hand she's got a staff, and she's just standing in this place, looking around. And as you take in the area, you see the obelisk, and you also notice 4 other men here, ringed around the central obelisk, and she's like in the center of this semicircle, just looking around them all, not moving, not saying anything.
Okay. Are the men doing anything, or just staring at her equally as silently?
Sorry, menhirs, as in large stone structures.
Oh, I thought you said there were men here.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Menhirs.
Okay. Okay, so when I was whisked here, do I know roughly which direction it is? Could I navigate there, or
No.
do I know how far away it is?
You just kind of see the surroundings, and you imagine it's still pretty heavily forested. It is definitely in a forest, in a wood. Possibly lonely wood.
Okay. I'll try talking to her. I'll say, hey, we're using that mirror. You should know about it. Can you hear me? Well, oh well.
1 second.
Okay, I'll take in the location, and then I will say, okay, Mayor, go ahead and bring me back.
Okay, so you think return, and you are once again whisked through time and space until you're back in your own feet, looking around. But before you go, your eyes linger on a small mound next to the central obelisk, and on it you see that there is a moose head. But before you can properly focus on it, you're gone, and once again standing in front of the mirror, the glyphs, the silvery glyphs on its edges, fading as you are returned to your current place.
Okay, quick question before we go back. The moose head, was it white?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
it's not a head, sorry, it's a skull. So skulls are generally white, but it was a white moose skull.
Okay. I don't know if she's an ally or an enemy, though. Probably an enemy. Okay.
And with that, we'll return. Okay, we are back again. So, the rest of you watching as Tahko does his thing, the light intensifies around him, illuminating Tahko as he stands there, his hand on the mirror. And then eventually the light recedes, fades, and Tahko kind of shakes his head a little bit as if clearing a mental fog, and comes back into reality, having previously said, "Hey, I'm using that mirror. Can you hear me?"
And we all say yes, except for
Except for Irilyssa.
Oh, sorry, I did not make it clear that was in fact Tahko saying that. That was Tahko saying that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we all instinctively answered, even if it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, the funny part is we're like, what if it wasn't Tahko? What if we just
Right.
said yes to some random being?
Anyway,
Uh,
so yeah, Tahko is back in place.
okay.
Do you want
I
to take a
feel-
break?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I was wondering if you wanted to interrogate Tahko about what you saw, or have the break first, but we'll do the break and then we can do the talks
We'll
after
wait.
that.
Since he's just a dancing duck, I'm not sure if his audio is working.
It doesn't look like it is, does it?
Yeah.
Notice chat's not
So it might be a good
It's
time.
okay. Chat loves the dancing duck, though.
Okay, so we're going to take a 5-minute break, so we'll be back again 22 the hour, where you can join us again for more mirror shenanigans, apparently. See you soon.
See you soon.
Okay, we are back again. Before we get going, though, I should probably do some shout-outs and things.
Oh.
Sergeant Medici, Cyril, Steve Voxius, Gunnel, Gunno, and Gunf. Those sound like bots. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us, bot-like or not. And Macho, you need to read this request from during the session. Need Mordred to do a talk show session with talking tree and goats and kobolds, where it just goes back and forth between them in a conversation about something. I don't know if I could necessarily do like the voice changes quite so quickly. It's harder than you would think.
It would just be berries, shinies. Ah.
That's true. Although actually the goat and berry probably get on quite well. Berries, food!
Yeah.
Berries, food! Berries, food!
Oh no. Yeah, until the goats run out
until
of
somebody
berries and
starts
start
eating
eating him. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so Tahko, you have returned from your vision, and the rest of you see the moonlight fading around Tahko.
So while I'm addressing them, I'm going to like check my arms and hands and walk away from the mirror.
You check your arms and your hands, and you walk away from the mirror, and they seem solid.
Okay. So I looked upon our new foliage friend's former ally. I think she's working on behalf of Oral. She had a moose skull hung up, which I think may have been the one that we killed. She's somewhere in the forest.
Ugh.
That's
Well,
the best I could figure.
that narrowed it down.
But at least we know her name. It
Right.
means I could probably send her a message.
Does
No,
that
I've
mean
seen
this
her.
place is bad?
So you've killed the moose.
We did. Well,
That's
they
bloody
did.
impressive.
Yeah,
But it melted into the ground.
yeah,
That's bloody weird.
yeah.
Yeah, right?
Odd.
That it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only caught a few glimpses of the beastie myself. Could never get close enough to actually hit him, though.
Oh yeah, it came running right out of the forest at Zagrax.
Fun times.
Trapped us too with some magic.
A magic moose. Well, I've seen a talking berry bush, so it's not that much of a stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
If it's only ever just stayed hidden, yeah, it must really not want us here. Or at least doesn't want Zagrax here.
Well, I've been wandering
new.
this forest for quite some time, and I've not seen this place. So obviously, there are those with the power to stay hidden within the woods. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something similar.
Well, there is one more chamber
This place
down
is definitely a secret.
this way.
Right, that's
I
true.
think that might be the door.
I think
we
that's just
saw.
the doorway that I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Oh, that would. Oh, okay, guess.
But you know you can open it, it's fine. But maybe keep it closed for the owls? I don't know.
Well, we'll just assume that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Zagrax probably like while Tahko was doing his mirror thing, Barry's sitting there like, take a berry, come on, do it. And Zagrax finally does and is probably munching on some. And then Barry probably like, oh go, and just yanks them out and starts tossing them to the animals.
Okay.
And then
And you said the mirror allows you to see someone who you're connected to, or something of that sort.
I wasn't
Well-
connected to. I wasn't connected to this person. I could still see her, so
Yeah, and
I think it's
anybody's
anybody.
the answer.
unless they have some kind of special protection.
Maybe it's just easier if
I
you
wouldn't want to try it on Oral.
know them well.
Huh. I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
And Zagrax
Okay.
kind of like has a look of thinking, which is new, and walks up to the mirror, kind of like stands there for a second, looks back at everybody, looks back at the mirror, and then just like grabs it like Irilyssa did,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens.
We'll just go and get the questions. Waiting for replies.
Oh, if you're sending it through roll 20, it's gonna take 6 years for it to come through my roll 20s. Slow.
Okay, so because everyone's basically done this, it's just a voice in your head that says, "What do you seek?"
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Tahko, Irilyssa, Elora, you guys have all done it. Is it safe?
Yeah. I'm still in one piece.
Yes.
Yeah. Ish. I still don't trust it.
And as you watch, Zagrax puts his hands on the mirror, and the very faint silvery glyphs blaze again, once more to life. Zagrax himself is bathed in the silvery light, the light reflecting off of his own silver scales, kind of giving him a divine aura, almost. And Zagrax is going to have a word. Okay, so, again, chat, this is private, so no talking about it in chat. Can you give me an Arcana check and send it to me?
Yes, let me... Whisper rolls. Ask every time. Arcana. Whisper roll.
Okay.
13.
So you feel like you are pulled away incredibly quickly from where you are at the moment. You can see the walls of the tomb blurring into nothingness. You seem to be moving incredibly quickly through the sky. You can see the ground below you, just a blur of green and white and black and grey. And eventually, although after some time, the motion of travel slows, and you see yourself slowly but surely approaching what looks to be a large camp. You can see that there are various tents, difficult to see because most of them are made out of white materials, white furs, things like that, blending into the snow. But there are a lot of tents. This is quite a large encampment that has arranged here. And right in the very center of it is a tent bigger than any of the others. It is held up by numerous large beams of wood, raising it up off of the ground. The walls themselves seem to be like polar bear pelts. And your sight goes through the wall until you are effectively where the ceiling would be, looking down into this chamber. And it is a large chamber for a tent. In the center of it is a throne of packed snow, and on top of it sits your mother, a white dragonborn with the similar feather-like scales as you have. Around her are all kinds of red-haired chieftains from a variety of different races, elves, humans, half-elves, even several Goliaths ringed around her, listening to her saying something, though you're not able to get any sound out of this. You can just see the surroundings. It seems that she is holding court at the moment.
Honestly, this is probably the first time I've actually seen Zag's actually seen his mother. I think.
Probably.
Huh.
And
Well,
the familial similarities are definitely there.
Okay.
Although she's
So yeah,
a white
there's just
dragon.
there is no doubt that definitely is mother.
Mhm.
How many? Can I get a count of how many chieftains there are, roughly?
Send me a
specifically?
perception. Would this be perception? No, perception or investigation. Your choice.
Both of them are crap, so we'll go with perception because that's the one that got better. Still not good.
It's difficult from the angle that you are to make out how many exactly. It's just this gathering of bodies, and because they're also similarly clothed in furs and things, they blend in. Although looking around, you do notice that there is no sign of any heating in this place. It seems to be just not quite open to the elements. It has the shelter, but there's no warmth being emitted. And because you're up behind the crowd, you just see them kind of looking up at Biava. and you do notice that they seem to be very still. Almost like they're frozen. They're not. You can definitely still see like movement, like breathing and the like. But they seem to be very still, as if in raptured attention.
Oh. Well, that's fun. So I assume even with that bad perception roll, I don't even get like a ballpark, like more than 10.
More than 10.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. And then that encampment, it was kind of quick, I assume, but is it like comparing, granted, never mind. I was going to say comparing in size to Bryn Shander, but have never seen Bryn Shander from the sky, so who knows?
Exactly. Although that's not true, you have seen Bryn Shander from the sky when you went up on the airship.
True.
It's smaller than Bryn Shander. It lacks any of the defenses, and it's certainly not permanent. This is a mobile camp. Okay. But it's like you've just landed in an aeroplane. It's difficult to get any more solid detail than that.
Yeah, okay. Smaller, but not sure how much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as you're looking down at the group arranged there, something seems to catch Biarva's attention. She looks right up at where you're looking down from. But there's no sign of recognition. Something seems to have attracted her attention from up there. She glances up towards you. Doesn't seem to see anything, then returns her attention to the group in front of her. And with that, you feel yourself being pulled back again, moving out of the encampment, moving quicker as you go across the sky, the ground below you blurring as you travel. Eventually, you're slammed back into your shoes, standing there in front of the mirror, your hand still out, touching it, and the glyphs fading slowly from that silvery intensity. And with that, we return to the others.
On reduction available. Okay.
And
Can you hear me now?
Hey.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Hooray. Yes. So, I don't know how long it is, because I don't know, but Zagrax just kind of like lets out somewhat of a muffled eep, and then stuff starts to fade like it does when the mirror stops doing mirror things. And then he just like stumbles backwards a few paces, and it's just like,
Well, that's different.
You okay?
What'd you do?
I assume you all had some effect of flying when using this.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
wild.
Zagrax definitely is like motion sick, kind of just meandering around, getting better as he goes, but definitely kind of motion sick.
Huh. I just thought I was like floating.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing none of you went as far as I did.
Oh.
I looked in on my mother.
How's she doing?
You know, still ice bitch queen, surrounded by lots of nomads, chieftains, and race of all races. They got quite a group together.
Is she above ground or in that cave still?
Nope, above ground in a tent camp, but it's a large tent camp.
I see.
Did it look like a war party she was with?
Knowing what I know ish about Reghead tribes, are they like war-y to begin with?
Some are. So different tribes have different like levels of militism. This definitely looked like one of the more militarized groups. And in fact, one thing you would have gathered by the numbers is this seemed to be a lot more than just a tribe.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other thing, which I'm just going to do for the benefit of chat here, inside the tent you also saw that there were a number of black and purple crystals planted around the tent space, and then the throne on which Biava was sitting seemed to have like 2 long black crystals inlaid where the armrests are.
Yeah, so Zagrax just kind of that.
So it seems she's still up to her old ways of mind control or something of the sort.
Great.
But
Okay.
for the first time seeing my mother,
Good to know.
could have been worse.
So there. That's if
Well, we
Zagrax
got to
can use
inform
it.
that to the 10 towns.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, go for it.
yeah. Maybe I could find a lead on things. So you
Just don't look at Elora's family or we might get sucked into the mirror.
Why would I look for Elora's family?
They're nice.
All right. So how do you do this? Just put your hands on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he walks up.
Don't smudge it up.
and puts his hand on the mirror.
Okay. And just like with the others, as Vulwin reaches out and touches the mirror, the faint silvery glyphs blare up into much brighter intensity. Silvery light engulfs Vulwin, dancing off of his white fur. And Vulwin's going to have a chat. In fact, it's not, because you haven't actually told me what you're doing yet.
Awesome.
In fact, we're just doing the chat. It's easier.
Yeah, that's fine. You message.
It's just easier to do it this way. Okay, so you hear a voice in your mind saying, "What do you seek?"
I seek the leader of the Rust Wolves, the hunter Yalamar.
Okay, send me an Arcana check, whispered, please.
Okay. Let's see, Arcana. Where are you? There you are. And it's whispered. Doing great.
Okay. You feel yourself being pulled away from where you are standing right now. You move through the tunnel of the tomb incredibly quickly. You blast up into the sky. You feel the ground beneath you just a blur as you travel. Although almost as quickly as it began, it ends. And you slowly drift down towards the ground. Trees around you, and you just hover above these trees, looking down at them. There's a bit of a clearing ahead, but you don't seem to be able to get any closer. And you get a feeling within you of being blocked, unable to get closer.
This was easy, I thought. Can I try to push forward just to see if, try to resist whatever's pushing me back?
Don't seem to have any control over where you actually travel. You're fully empowered by this magic. Although looking down, you do see that there seems to be a river in a fairly deep canyon cutting across. But it's not a river you recognize. And with that realization, you feel that you're being pulled back again, like you've got one of those yo-yo strings on your back, catapulting you back towards where the temple is. The ground beneath you, a blur of greens and browns and white. Lots and lots of white. And eventually, bam, slammed back into your current body, your hand still up against the mirror. That haze, that foggy haze in your mind clearing as you return to reality, the silver glow around you fading. And with that, we'll turn to the others.
Okay. Sounds
Sorry.
Good. No, that's great. I love it. It's accurate.
Oops. What did I just do?
Be back.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
And just like with the others that had done this, the silvery light fades as the glyphs return to normal. Zagrax, Vulwin, his hand still up against the mirror, pulls it away eventually.
This thing sucks.
Why?
I don't know. Didn't really show me what I was looking for. See if I could find the location of Irilyssa. But I don't know. Just showed me a big clearing, a ravine, a river. Couldn't go anywhere further than that, I guess.
Well, maybe that's where they are.
Well, I mean, Zagrax said he saw his mob close up, so I figured I would actually be able to see the damn guy, but no.
Maybe you saw pieces of him.
No, I don't think I did.
Well,
Okay.
I wasn't able to actually see Avarice.
Oh, and Tahko said that maybe they could prevent it from being
Yes.
looked at. So maybe,
maybe
they're
the
using
mirror
that?
just
Magically
likes me
obscured. Yeah, that's
If he could do something like that, I suppose I'd be... I think I'd be surprised. But... it is a good hunter. He can sneak around, but... this is supposed to be magical. Some kind of scrying. I don't think he could prevent that. Whatever.
He's so
I
sneaky,
at least
magic
gotta...
can't find him.
I guess. I don't know. I got a place in mind. I mean, just a visual. Never seen in the river, though.
Yeah.
Well,
It's something. It's better than nothing.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Well, while we're here, and since it is a full moon, I'm going to offer a prayer to Saloon.
it's evening, isn't it?
Yes,
Right?
the moon's coming up
So
right
we
now.
should probably think
And
about maybe...
as you've been exploring this place, taking scrapings of the walls and the various ruins and things, we'll say that about an hour has passed, and in that time the moon has risen sufficiently, so the whole chamber is bathed in this faint silvery glow as it's being transported by the various beams that you can see up in the ceiling.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't really want to go through the forest at night. So
No.
maybe we should stay here.
Coming through. Excuse. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
a call.
I mean,
That looked fun.
Oh, okay, have fun.
Oh, yeah. Really whisk you away.
And with that, Swift Runner just puts one of her hands on the mirror. Is still for a bit. The glyphs flare up with their silvery light, engulfing her, and as it does, you notice that the very hairy, furry almost form of Swift Runner seems to blur, to shift, to change. And Tahko, this is the Swift Runner that you remember, the young Goliath lady that you grew up with. None of the more bestial aspects at all visible, as she stands, head bowed, her hand against the mirror.
Okay.
And then
We'll just see what happens.
several minutes later, head still bowed, she withdraws her hand, shakes her head a few times as the silvery light fades. Her form once again becomes more solid. The hair returning, and she has that kind of hybrid look between Goliath and bear. Shakes her head and turns to you all again, but doesn't say anything.
Fun, isn't it?
Depends what you're looking for.
True.
Well, what did you look for?
Our brother. Limb
Our
Twister.
brother? Which one?
Limb twister.
Vulwin like turns and look at it.
Zagrax,
Okay,
you
how's it going?
described a war camp. Or a camp, right?
Hmm.
Aye. That's where I saw a limb twister as well.
You two have another sibling.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2. I'm the runt.
I need to see more. And then with that, she turns around, puts her hand back on the mirror, but it doesn't light up. In frustration, she balls her fist and slams her fist against the mirror. It shakes a little bit with the intensity of the blow, but doesn't seem to break.
Maybe it needs a rest.
Yeah, don't punch. Don't punch that.
But why would he be with them?
Well, mind control was one.
Yeah,
I mean, it worked on me.
it worked on all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worked on me a few times.
I need to know. I need to know what's happened to Farsighted and to our father.
Yeah. Well, you could always head home and ask.
My place is here and now. Their decisions are their own. Their choices are their own.
Maybe.
If you
Unless
do
they're mind
get
controlled.
an opportunity to look Tahko. I did speak to Kelvin's company. I don't know if they spoke to you as well. But I think it is time that we bring the clans together. Stop this damned feud. It's clear that something's going on over there, and we need to intervene.
All right. After this place, we'll look into it. Ugh.
Alright.
Well, anyway, let's set up camp.
Was there anything else up on the
I have a.
platform outside?
Oh,
Yeah, there is a little chunk we hadn't expected yet.
Yeah, let's make sure this place is clear.
I said that before I didn't. She wouldn't say chunk like me.
I honestly think Elora just said that. I thought it was Elora.
now that I've seen the Servant of Oral, I can send her messages, I think. But I don't know what I should say. I could tell her that we're here. I could just taunt her a bit.
Something you are good at.
Sometimes, though, the element of surprise is more valuable.
Yeah,
Also true.
we're just see her
Well,
anyways.
we don't know where they are. She was around some standing stones.
I might know someone who'd be able to find her, though. If she's still in Lonelywood.
Oh?
Aye, there's an old hunter, Jarlmar. Been living in the forest. Somehow surviving, same way that I have been. If anyone
You
can
know
track
where
her,
he
it's
is?
him. I could probably find him.
You know where he is.
I have an idea.
Well, we're looking for him.
Really?
All right.
She
Yeah.
kind of looks a little puzzled at that. It's like, him? Really?
How do you know him?
He had the pleasant attitude to not shoot me as I was fighting some of the skeletons. I just stood there and watched.
I'm wandering around.
Okay. Yeah. Always.
Usually, hunters, if they did see me, especially while I'm still in the other forum, would not hesitate. But he did not shoot.
He's really
Sounds
good
like
at
a real nice guy.
observing
Didn't shoot
things.
you.
Well, no, he was probably just calculating. And he's got a keen eye for things. Probably noticed. Maybe you acted different. I don't know. But he and I go a long way back.
That's a story you'll have to tell me sometime. Elora, give me a... No, it wouldn't be. Coming from the stone tablet ahead of you, very, very faintly, you can hear what sounds like scratching.
I'll just say to Irilyssa, because I'm not going to shout it because she's nearby. There's scratching over here. I hear a scratching noise.
And Irilyssa, while you're there, I may as well give you the description of what you see. In the middle of this gazebo sits an unlit stone brazier, its bowl 20 inches in diameter. The brazier is full of snow and pine needles, but the winds have swept away from the gazebo's polished marble floor. And Elora, atop the eastern berm, a granite sarcophagus rests in a half-circle defined by 5 crystal pillars. Clearing the snow off the lid... In fact, I'm not going to say that you touch anything until you tell me you touch stuff.
Okay. I haven't touched anything.
Go way up here and just kind of stand next to her and just listen.
And putting your ear to the sarcophagus, you too can hear very faint scratching.
Do you think it's in it?
Whatever's in it. I don't think it could be alive.
Do we open it?
We should probably tell the boys Swiftrunner first.
That's true. I'll move around. Hey! The sarcophagus is
we hear some yelling.
is making some scratching noises. Can you come up here?
Yeah.
Sure.
If you want to open it, should we open it?
Who knows?
Scratching noises?
Inter the
where should
dead?
we kill
Yeah,
it?
that sounds like a great idea.
Well, should we not open it?
Well, maybe it's something alive.
I'll open it.
You're trapped in there.
Open it. The Swiftrunner's coming, so.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah,
I'm going to do an acrobatics just to climb up the wall there.
Wow.
Of course he is.
You just leap straight up. Easy, really.
Whoop.
Wow.
All right.
Well, if it is something undead,
All right.
be
Okay.
prepared
Just hear
to
a
strike
show off.
down.
Show off.
Yeah, you
All right, everyone gather around and get ready to stab it.
So we open this thing then.
Yep.
Alright, you take that end,
Am
I'll
I
take
getting
this.
any... I'll let out a quiet prayer and ask for guidance to make sure, if I'm not supposed to enter the dead, because, being death cleric's sort of my thing. I don't want to piss off anything. And if I get no reply, or at least not a negative reply, I'll go ahead and open it up.
Give me a religion check.
Ooh, I'm suck at those. Don't
With
do
advantage.
those to be a cleric. Oh, good.
God, you know.
While
death
he's doing
stuff.
that, I'm also gonna use.
Ooh, I got a
Divine Sense.
10.
I love that all the clerics suck at religion.
Sorry, what was that, Zagrax?
Well, I'm gonna also use Divine Sense.
There's our boy.
That's helpful.
Divine sense.
What's it smell like?
I need to remember what exactly this thing can
Divine
detect
sense.
again.
Celestials.
Anything affected by the
Fiends
hollow
and
spell
undead.
or known location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Arguably, that's behind total cover, but whatever.
Not really much of an argument. It's in a crypt.
Yeah.
Can you see it? No.
Okay, Tahko, as you whisper off this small prayer for guidance, the raven which has been preening itself on top of the tree takes to the sky, does a loop around where you guys are, and then comes down to land on top of the sarcophagus. And with a feather, or with a wing rather, brushes some of the snow aside on top of it. And you can see that there is an inscription of some kind under it. It then looks up at you, caws, leaps up, and then flies up to the tree again.
All right, I'll wipe off the top
Okay.
and look at what it says.
Clearing the snow off the lid reveals an engraving of a brazier. You also notice a carving near the top of each pillar. I'll give you that for free. From north to south, these images depict a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand. Of course, yeah, cleric perception. You'd see this as well. So there's those images on the sarcophagus, and then the same images on each of the pillars, basically.
All right, let's match this.
Wait,
What do you mean?
pine cone.
Yes. Say that a bit more slowly.
We need to light that bazaar.
A twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand.
Put those together, and what do you got? A really hurt hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right.
Yeah. How tall are the pillars here?
They're not massive. They're probably come up to like hip height on you.
Okay.
I'll start sifting through the bazaar and look for pine cones and a stick and
Give me a
toss those
investigation
up
check.
Okay.
You are able, without too
Wow.
much difficulty, to find a pine cone right below the tree that you are currently standing next to. Is in fact a pine tree. You're able to retrieve a feather from the chamber with all the various animals in there. There were a couple of birds as well. And what are the other ones? Twig you can get because you just pull it from the tree. Pine cone you've got a feather. You do not have a flame or a humanoid hand.
Well, I mean, just,
Yeah.
place our hand on it, right?
Find me.
I'll just take out a tinder box and I'll pull up some little tiny sticks and I'll light them up on the sarcophagus, and I'll also light it in the bazaar just to be on the safe side.
The brazier.
Yeah, the brazier.
Yeah.
A bazaar, where there's a bunch
No,
of
we're lighting a whole
tents
bazaar on
and-
fire.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Because I always read it, and never really ever say it. But yeah, the brazier.
Okay,
So you don't want to
so
light the brazier.
you light those
Yeah.
objects, and they burn. They start smouldering. Eventually, it's just this thin tendril of smoke, and then it fades, just ash.
What? It doesn't light up at all?
No, it lights, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh, okay. It does light.
Mhm.
Well, I'll put my hand on the sarcophagus at the same time. Nothing?
Nothing.
Can I feel the scratching still going on?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Because now I'm touching it. It should be vibration.
Yeah, you can definitely sense this
17.
the scratching, and in fact, with all of the commotion from you guys around, especially when you were like out searching for things, the scratching seems to have intensified a little bit.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
More fire. We need more fire.
More fire.
Maybe we
Well,
have to
Yeah,
put
really
those-
light up that bazaar. Brazier.
Brazier.
The picture
Brazier. Yeah.
seems to be a skeletal hand. I'm not sure that your hand is enough, Tahko.
Oh.
Oh,
I'll dig through my
Well, I mean,
pack.
there's some dead skeletons not far from here.
Oh my
I did
gosh,
actually
you
check
thought
your
my
inventory to see if you had a skeletal hand, but I didn't see anything. I know you,
My.
Tahko. I know you.
No,
I'll snap my
collecting
fingers.
heads.
Darn.
Yeah.
Darn.
I'm currently
Yeah,
out.
well, there's some,
I'm all out of hands.
yeah, there's
If anyone
some,
wants to lend me a hand, I'd appreciate it.
yeah, well, there's some skeletal heads down the mountainside if you're looking for those.
So we'll start
Do you mind
clapping.
grabbing me one?
You're not sure which of you is faster in the starting clapping, whether it's Irilyssa or Swift Runner.
Thank you.
Are you sure you don't have one in there? You've been collecting all sorts of.
I mean, you might if you just haven't been keeping your inventory up to date. I don't know if you do. I just checked.
I'm trying to think of
I very much have been keeping it up to date, but no, I tend to bury the ones that I carry along. Eventually,
Anything that would require a skeletal hand. I don't know. It doesn't sit right.
Well, maybe.
There are other sarcophaguses inside. Might be able to grab one from them.
Well, if we have...
Is Vulwin still just standing around, or did he run off to go grab one?
Yeah, I'm asking if you want me to go get one of those. If you think it's worth it.
Vulwin, what? Absolutely, I think it's worth it.
But by the nature of things here, they might not be there anymore.
Okay. Swift Runner, would you mind grabbing one from one of the other sarcophagi?
If you give me a hand pushing the lid off, those things are rather chunky.
All right, let's go.
Okay, and then I'll say that between you and her, you're able to... which one are you doing? You doing the top one or the bottom one?
We'll do the top one. I'm going to check it for scratching and then also say a small prayer.
Okay. You check it for scratching and you get nothing back.
Okay.
Okay, so you put your backs to the lid and eventually shift it off. And you are met with the rotting corpse of a young human woman dressed in various types of furs.
Wow. Is her hand skeletal enough?
Oh my god.
It's definitely
Tahko.
corpse-like, and the room does start to fill with a horrible stench of decay as you've shifted this.
Okay, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, how's it going in there?
Oh, it's good. She's got two. I'll pop out a dagger and start removing it.
Okay. And I'll say that basically just plunge it around where the wrist is, and you eventually are able to detach the hand from the wrist. You now have
Perfect.
a partially decayed skeletal hand.
A disembodied hand. Nice.
Just what the crypt ordered.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
I don't.
No, I don't think. At least I didn't go in there. He's doing all this with Swiftwater on their own.
Nobody else said they were going.
Nope.
It's true.
Now, hold on. Does Barry recognize
All right.
this decaying corpse?
Actually, yeah, Barry would be there.
Yeah, does he
and
smell
he'd
how nasty
pretty
it
much
smells?
be looking
Yeah,
over the
Barry's
shoulder.
there.
Well, I guess no more berries for Vernus. Found her.
Furnace.
Vernus. That was the sister.
Oh, that's the sister. Ooh, okay.
Tahko.
All right.
Smells a
Tahko.
bit different though.
Could we?
What?
Is there?
Hi, and I'll wiggle the hand at you.
Oh.
That's what we needed.
All right, let's get to work. Then I'll come back here and just slap it right on with the other stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you putting it on the sarcophagus or in the gazebo?
Yeah.
Which?
That's,
Two different places.
Maybe you need to put them on.
Which
the
one has all
pillars.
the markings?
I mean, they both have markings.
Oh. Honestly, I'll keep trying a variety of things until something happens. So, yes.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay, that sounds good.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna go into where they. uninterred this body, and I'm gonna ritually cast what is that? Gentle repose.
Sleep with dead.
Okay.
Oh,
And as you...
too late now.
Sorry, go on.
So I'll just pull out 2 copper pieces and lay them over her eyes and apologize for taking her hand.
They just sink into the head.
Oh.
Okay, so you lay the 2 copper pieces over the eyes, and with the slight shifting of her body, especially as it's been moved by Tahko's hand taking, you notice that there seems to be something underneath her.
Moral dilemma.
I will see what it is.
Okay, you can tell that it seems to be a glass vial of some kind.
I will, tilt it back and forth to try and see, the viscosity of the liquid.
It's...
Is
liquid.
it like honey?
You gotta reach your
Is
hand
it
under a corpse and
water?
shake it out?
Is it like... blood?
It's not blood. Give me a second, I need to look up what
Blood?
this would look like.
Maybe some LaCroix.
It's good soup.
It's good soup.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's a black liquid that does slosh inside as you wiggle it around.
Liquid.
Yay.
Yeah, liquid.
It's not as it looks black at first touch, but as you're swishing it around, you notice that the liquid's more brown, dark brown.
Oh.
Corpse liquid.
Pull out. I found a vial of liquid.
Okay.
Where?
All right.
Well, I was just making sure that the sister doesn't turn into an undead.
That's a
That's fair
good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like cut off the head or crush the skull, one of the two.
No.
No.
That's rude.
Keep the skull. I want to talk to her later.
Ugh.
Well,
Why
just
didn't
cut
you
off
talk
the
to her?
head.
You could talk to her?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Why didn't you ask if you could take her hand?
I didn't need her permission.
Wow.
She's not using it.
We're gonna have a talk about body autonomy later.
He's gone for one session and comes back and just goes full fucking mood killer. Oh my
He hates
god.
dead bodies.
Classic Highwind.
Yes, classic Highwind.
Wow.
Oh my.
You'll
Don't
return
crush
the
the
hand
skull.
later. Don't worry.
Oh my.
Here, do you want to
God.
take her leg too, so you can just smack her sister with it?
What was that? One of the symbols? No, that's not one of the symbols.
Holy crap.
Am I able to
Anyways,
brute force this puzzle
Is this working?
of match the shape?
The brute force it. No.
So you set up the various ingredients that you have and pile them together on top of the sarcophagus, ignite them, and they start burning. The feather goes up almost immediately, the pine cone starts to smoke very heavily, and you just get this plume of blackness going upwards. Eventually, the smouldering stops. Most of the flesh is burned away from the hand, but the bone itself remains. Nothing.
Yeah. I didn't think I needed to burn them all. I thought I had to have a fire and those other things.
Oh, in that case, you just lay them around.
So I
It
was.
doesn't do anything.
It
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so
I'll put each one on their. I'll put each one on their symbol on the sarcophagus, and if that doesn't work, I'll put each one on in the gazebo. Nothing.
No.
Well,
Ugh.
it's getting late. Maybe we should just let it scratch away.
Yeah, or just lift this up. I mean, I haven't seen you really try.
Or you could just burn them. Come on. It's not that complicated.
We'll burn them all, put them all in the pyre.
Hey. That's why it has the
Is it-
picture of the
Okay.
brazier, as well as the other things.
Oh, so like they go right there.
Okay. All right, I'll throw them all in the brazier like it was a big, cooking pot and light it up.
Okay. And
I can just imagine Swiftwinter
It's a good thing.
staring at him, like trying to figure this out. Just like, wow, he's dumb.
Yeah, we all look at each other and like, it's a good thing his sister's smart.
and as you... Okay, so where are
We're
you all
siblings.
right now? I'm going to need a positioning check here.
I think.
Oh,
Here
good.
I am.
Because Tahko, I know
I-
you're by the brazier, so you're in the gazebo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were told to ready up in case some bad stuff.
Say that shit.
Oh,
Probably
yeah, you're
with
way
Tahko.
over there.
Which,
Can you ping
which,
the gazebo? Because I have no idea where it is.
Which
Oh, that's
sarcophagus
that's
do you
the-
take
okay.
for?
The top
Then
one.
I probably
Okay.
heard.
Top one? Okay. I'm in that
Yep.
room. Yeah. Whoa, I disappeared.
Yeet.
Yeah, you did.
Warp.
I moved you, and then you moved you. Okay,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah. So I'm in there.
Zoom out a bit so chat can actually see where everyone is.
Right.
All right, how's it working over there?
What?
I'm basically looking back and forth between like them tossing stuff in, and once I see them toss all the stuff in, I'm looking over here.
Okay, so the bundle of items starts burning and actually seem to catch very, very quickly. Even the bone of the skeleton ignites as if it was just a dry twig. And the fire gives off basically no smoke, despite the pine cones, which are usually incredibly smoky. It just gives off this very clear column of heat, effectively, which warms the gazebo and all of you around it remarkably well. It seems to be burning with an intensity that surprises any of you. And even once all of the items within have burned, the fire just keeps on going and stays lit. And Vulwin, from where you were standing and Elora looking over as well, the lid of the sarcophagus starts to shift.
Hey, let's move it here. And I'm just gonna kind of like raise my sword, like because clearly something's happening.
Oh,
And
no.
I also am gonna actually step back because that's not normal.
Okay. The lid takes...
All right.
It's opening.
Oops, I didn't actually mean to
It's
reveal
nice and
yet.
warm over here.
That's okay.
It's just you didn't see anything.
Nothing happening.
So the... I'll give you all a round to make an action, effectively. Because it does take this solid stone lid a moment to move. But Vulwin and Elora, you have called out saying that this lid is moving.
Yep. I'm stepping back and taking a dodge action because I don't know what's going on.
Irilyssa, give me a perception check. Let's see if you hear any of this commotion.
You know what? I'm gonna say that she doesn't because she'd be kind of lost in a prayer for this person to pass on
Okay.
and not be offended. So she's kind of, she's in her own little world right now.
We're gonna say Zagrax when he hears that the lid's moving is gonna like whip around and like what, and then go running back up to the thing.
Okay, so you get a regular move.
Okay.
Plus dash if you want it.
19, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wait, and dash?
Yeah, it's a full move.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's moving.
I'm
I would
just.
say that Swift Runner's going to do the same.
It's in her.
Swiftwater's gonna beat me here.
How tall?
I don't care if she can move the same
How
distance.
tall is
She's
the
gonna-
gazebo?
That's a good question.
Zebo height.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I'd say probably goes up about 15 feet or so off the platform.
Okay, then I'll just do a little jump right over here.
Yeah, I'll say that you can make that pretty easily. Boing.
Okay.
Show off.
I wish I thought of that. Show off. So the lid
Danger, danger, danger. Tahko,
Well,
slam.
continues to
Apparently
shift,
you got the smarts, so don't worry.
scraping against the stone.
Hello? Are you trapped in there?
And
What's
eventually
going
the
on?
lid falls off of the side. And from within the center of this, a head and a torso sit up. The head is completely bandaged. Just bandages going all the way around it. Through the sides of the bandages, like little slits, you can see just pure white hair flowing down. Crackly, old, disheveled hair. And this figure sits up. Seems to creak his neck a little. And does it the other way as well. And then kind of stretches his shoulders. That was not comfortable. It's bright. And looks around for a moment, and eventually its eyes fall on you. But instead of eyes, you just see slits in where the bandages are slightly askew, and from within is an intense silvery light. 2 pinpricks of light looking out at you, where the eyes would be. You would seem to be my saviors. Unlocked me from this slumber. Why have you awoken me?
We've never seen the dead with their wits before. I believe the forest needs you.
Why? The forest undergoes many threats, but I sleep still. How long has it been?
Is there like a common year number?
At least 5 years.
I say what year
I
it
mean,
is.
it's not wrong.
I would not have expected to be so stiff after 5 years.
Is there like a common year number?
Yeah, it is currently 2020. No, it's like 1420, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Elora says what
So
year
block.
it is.
Yeah,
Well,
Elora just says what year it is.
And the creature swivels his head slowly towards you, Elora. That means nothing to me.
Oh. I don't know then.
No.
How long you've been in there.
A lot more than 5 years.
Okay. And I will say at this point, for each of you, you are hearing this creature speaking whichever language you are most familiar with. It is not necessarily common.
Oh.
Oh, great. He speaks giant.
Okay. The forest seems to be in danger. The animals that have died are coming back to life and attacking the forest and people.
So it is a necromancer. Hardly worth my time. And with that, he starts leaning
I
back.
don't think it's a
Wait. You know.
Also, Oral has corrupted the creatures.
yes.
And with that, sinking back as he was, he kind of holds there for a moment, then pulls back to seating position, looks back over at you. Who?
He said who?
Yeah.
Oral, the god of
Oral.
ice, goddess.
Yeah, I
Winter,
tried to-
I presume?
Yeah, I tried to turn this whole area into popsicles.
Yes, she's
this
trying
is-
to make us all frozen.
This right now is the peak of summer, by the way.
Yeah.
Irilyssa, what are you up
Also,
to?
there might be a second necromancer. It's hard to tell.
She's kind of just waiting for a sign from Saloon that it's okay. You can.
Well, I mean, the whole chamber is still bathed in the silvery light, which hasn't really changed. And
And the stench of dead.
I would say, yeah, the stench of the decay probably is becoming less intense, clearing almost. And while we're on the topic of stench of decay, those of you that are at the outside sarcophagus, this thing doesn't release a stench at all. In fact, there is a slight musk of pumpkin spice on the air.
Ooh.
That smells kind
That's
of
the
good.
best undead I've ever heard of.
Smells like a
Fall
variation of
themed.
Nimsy's cookies.
Yeah.
And now that you've had
Zombies are actually where pumpkin spice flavor comes from. It's
a
driving
chance
these guys up.
to look at this thing a little bit better, you see that the bandages are greyed with age. The two pinpricks of silvery light are very intensive in how they look, but you also notice that there's a slight silvery illuminescence emerging from where this creature's throat is, and around its neck there is an amulet with a single silver disc. Oral, you say? I knew her as
Yeah.
a different name. But goddess of ice, she was.
What's
Irilyssa
her
will
name?
start making her way back out. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, she's the worst. We need some help.
Yes. And it looks around. I can see that. This place is enchanted to be warm.
It is. I think.
Oh yeah, it's much
Sure.
warmer than the outside.
And as you say that, this bandage-covered hand reaches up on the left side where the lid had just slumped off, and it seems to just brush off some of the snow from the top of the askew lid. The last time I was awake was when she darkened the skies.
Well, yeah, she's doing that again.
Wait,
Does
she's done
that
it
sound
before?
familiar at all? I'm gonna say for me, no, but worth a shot.
What was she called before she was Oral?
Oral!
Oh,
Bearing in mind you're hearing it in whatever language you hear this in.
okay.
Who are you all talking to?
Um.
Oh, she
That's
comes
undead.
out.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Who are
What
you?
are we talking to?
Who are we talking to?
Where are you at this point, Irilyssa? Oh, you're down there.
I'm just coming out of this cave.
So you.
By the way,
Yeah, go on.
by the way, Zagrax is responding in Draconic, just whenever he talks to the guy.
And
Yeah.
like the rest of you are recognizing this is going to be really difficult to roleplay. But if you're talking in a language the others wouldn't understand, they wouldn't necessarily understand you're saying it. But for the sake of moving the narrative forwards, we'll just say that you kind of explain what you're saying if like you're given weird looks. Like initially you're
Yeah,
not
I'll
sure,
just stick to
you don't
common.
recognize you're doing this, and then eventually everyone just starts turning to
Yeah.
common.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Vulwin actually is initially speaking to it in that, Heath Baird Yeti. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my.
Yeah, Irilyssa, from the angle that you are right now, you still can't see what it is they're talking to. You just see that they're like gathered around where the sarcophagus, you imagine, was.
Well, when she asked, I did yell out, "And I'm dead."
Well, it's whatever was trapped in this.
Just gonna just move
What's
that
your
around.
name?
I am Sana.
Okay.
Give me a second, I'm just checking my notes.
Sarna.
Notes. I was, High Priest of Sehainin, the daughter of the night skies and Lady of Dreams.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I think
Oh,
I've
not
heard of
that
her
is.
before.
Irilyssa, do you know who Sahanin is? Call out.
Yeah, we got a friend who likes.
I feel like I would know who that is.
Yeah, right.
Give me a religion check.
Oh man.
Yeah, our friend really likes this place, so maybe.
Can I have
we need to
advantage?
stay in common.
No. If anything, you'd have
No.
disadvantage.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Ah,
You want me to
Search
roll
your
with dis-
soul. Go.
You want me to roll with disadvantage?
No, just go ahead and roll.
All right. I suppose. A 16.
So, the name itself doesn't mean anything to you, but you do know that one of the aspects of Saloon is the daughter of...
Not
Well,
bad.
you didn't hear that, did you?
I did.
Okay,
I'm
then
not here.
you would know that one of the much lesser known aspects of Saloon is the daughter of the night skies. But, like, we're talking really unknown, virtually forgotten. Like, it's some older form of Saloon, which was kind of just embraced into the modern interpretation of her.
That's why it felt different.
And now that you have this recognition, you certainly get the impressions. Yes, it's different, but it's different because it's old. This place is very, very old.
Ah,
And you can come up to the platform.
Yeah.
I think maybe you should come up here.
okay.
Yeah.
Who is this one you speak to?
Her name. Oh, she's coming.
Yeet.
So she'll come around to this side so she can...
that's Irilyssa.
Hello.
And with that, the
She's
creature
a moon priestess.
legs appear for the first time, curl themselves over the side of the sarcophagus, and stands, and then takes a step towards you, and just looks at you with a
Easy
grave
there.
intensity.
Good pun.
Didn't mean it, but yes, thank you. You are familiar. The Lady of Dreams has spoken of you.
Me.
One like you. I suddenly realize it has not been 5 years.
No. I'm afraid to tell you it has been far longer. No one refers to our goddess as the Lady of Dreams anymore.
And as you say that, the silvery light at his neck fades, and he speaks again. But this time, none of you recognize what he is saying. If you speak Elven, give me an intelligence check.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I took Elvish class.
I have learned some.
So,
Wow!
wow.
I paid attention in school. And my dad.
Zagrax
I
just
didn't
sits there
completely
like,
fail it.
huh.
Okay, so Vulwin,
Everybody speaks Elven.
Irilyssa, this seems completely alien to you. Elora, you're kind of putting together parts of the puzzle here, from what you've seen in the various tombs to the way that this creature is now speaking. This is ancient Elvish. So in the way that Elvish would be Latin, this is the precursor to Latin.
Man.
He's speaking with language a lot older than I can really understand, but it's Elvish, so it's like ye olden Elvish.
And the creature says something under their breath, shaking their head, sadly, and then raises her
sorry.
hand for a moment. There's a flash of silver light that again kind of ignites under the throat and starts to glow again. It would seem...
She said that in Elvish the whole time too, by the way. Sorry.
Okay. It would seem it has been so long. You have forgotten our speech. Tell me what is...
Forgotten?
Sorry, go on.
But I said not forgotten, it's just evolved. Changed. But continue.
Tell me of the land you now inhabit.
This is the Lonely Wood.
We're in a land called Icewind Dale.
Right.
It's far to the north of the known world.
Far to the north of the place called the Sword Coast.
And that's for the past 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the past 3 years, there has been no summer. And the world has been bathed in darkness.
This fills me with great sadness and great joy. The last time this occurred, we defeated her, restored summer, but the cost was grave. And again, that feeling of sadness, like even the silver eyes, dim slightly. And then she looks back at you, particularly you, Irilyssa, and the lights again flare up a little bit. But I am pleased there is life here still. We were so worried.
He's done this before.
Yes. Several times. The last time she nearly succeeded. We had to cause Armageddon to stop her.
What?
What
What's that?
We summoned the Guardian from his slumber. He destroyed everything around. Thankfully, it seemed to include her. For a time. The creature is a force of sheer destruction. We were desperate. Our only choice was to purge everything we were and hope that nature could rebuild.
Oh my. That doesn't sound like a good solution.
Do you have better?
Well, we were able to clear the snow for a time. The dark weather that chill over this land.
Yeah, we do have better, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, nothing permanent anyways.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if we can use an interface, it might be.
Well, maybe.
Or eat it.
Or eat it.
Well, it
And
was
with
strong
this-
enough to...
The creature looks away from you, Irilyssa, and moves over to where you are, standing Zagrax, and with that same intensity looks you over. You are kin, I take it.
Kin to what?
Glances towards Irilyssa.
Oh, no. We just happen to be of the same species.
Curious.
Close enough.
Dragons used to be so great. It seems the time has not been kind to your kind.
Oh, no. We're what we call dragonborn.
Kobolds.
No, not kobolds. Not kobolds. Dragons still exist. They are rather rare, but very powerful.
Curious. And with that, he steps past you
Dragons found how to breed with other creatures.
and steps over to you, Elora, and looks you up and down again. Elves seem to be stockier now.
Here,
Oh.
I'm like 6 or 5 or no, yeah, I'm 6'5",
You're 6'4".
6'4", yeah.
Stockier, not shorter. Stockier.
Yeah. It's like, man,
Rude.
I'm actually a half elf. My father is an elf.
You
But my
intentionally
mother's
breed
huge.
with others?
My parents did.
Awkward. And this
Just like dragons.
works.
I
This
guess.
realm is strange.
Like she's like, I think I'm alive.
And then the mummy, just spoiled what he is, puts the helmet's pretty clear as a freaking bandaged creature, out towards your hair,
Yeah.
and not quite touching it, but you see the glow of silver emerge from that.
Mm-hmm.
He looks
She's
at
just
you
like-
again.
Stiff as a board.
And now you're cursed.
Flawless, I see. And with that
Yes,
steps-
my patron gave me this. A friend gave me this hair.
The flawless one has
Really
visited me in my dreams. Tried to
Really?
keep me company as I slept.
He visits me too sometime.
And you all travel willingly with a child of winter, he says as he steps up to you, Vulwin.
What do you mean?
Are you currently hiding your teeth?
No. Because I'd be out in the middle of nowhere. I'd have no thought to do so.
Yeah.
No concern, actually, I should say. Well, yeah, I mean, I lived a long time on the tundra.
You do not know then what you are.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Furball guy. Thorl told me about them.
Tell me, child,
I learned some.
Do you serve the Ice Queen?
No. Why would I? Why?
I'd like to do an insight check.
Go for it.
Why?
Was that
23.
Was that on the creature or on Vulwin?
I'm
Vulwin.
presuming it's on Vulwin.
Alright. So
You should
Vulwin,
whisper those two, Jimmo.
yeah, whisper me a persuasion or deception, and then
Okay.
I'll tell you what you should say.
Let's see. Let's go with this.
Okay. Oh, for Pete's sake. Just type the whole damn
I
thing
sent
out
you
again.
another. Yeah, and then I
Okay.
sent you another thing there.
Okay. I'll just let you interpret that as you think
Awesome.
you would.
You. Maybe I'll message you. It's specific. Okay, I'm sending you a message.
I am looking for said message.
Look, it was a mess.
Yeah, and wait, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reading the
Wait,
message.
what do you mean? And he kind of like reeled back for a moment, and now his teeth are like a bit more bared at this. Like, what do you mean?
One born on midwinter's night and blessed by the hand of Auril. Their blood runs with the ice, which the Ice Queen can corrupt and turn to her eternal service. I see by your reddening teeth, this process has already started. But your eyes are yet defiant, else I'd have burned you already. Not all are turned. It is possible to resist.
What?
How would I know?
Your will would simply be removed. Your teeth would redden, as would your fur, until you become an abomination.
No. No, this will is my own.
See that you keep it, child. See that you keep it.
He's got like that kind of like his fur is actually a bit bristled at this point. And like I said, bit barred teeth. He looks very much under duress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not surprised there.
And then with that lingering gaze over you, Vulwin, and if he had eyes that could narrow, you'd imagine they'd be narrowed right now. But in time,
Vulwin's very
his attention had turned away, and he moves over to you, Tahko. And what are you? Giants have become more diminutive with time.
There are innumerable giants. You may have just not heard of the Goliaths.
So many changes. So many differences. And I would seem that we did not survive.
Well, the world is still an amazing place. There's many more discoveries I'm sure you'll find.
Yes. I have been fighting where I can to preserve it. And now that I am fully awakened, I mean to continue doing so. I was left here as a final guardian, a last connection to a doomed world. And Sehanin, by her grace, allowed this to happen. And what of the one over there? And with that, he moves towards where Swift Runner was. Still standing, apparently. And she comes a bit closer.
No, it's just my sister.
The females of your kind grow fur.
She does.
Curious.
She's been kissed by the moon.
Indeed. That can be a curse as well as a blessing. But for you, I think, a blessing. And with that, kind of shakes himself away from everything, moves back a little bit to turn to address you all. I see that the struggle continues. How do you fight?
With
Being-
magic and
We
weapons.
slay what has to be slayed.
I'm
With-
trying to
Like
bring
it-
hope where there's despair.
Right.
There's 9 towns that exist, and trying to bring some form of unity, some kind of relief to them.
While trying to find a overarching solution.
There were many towns of our kind, too. The one I came from was not from too far from here, edged on the side of a lake, between the forest.
That would be my home. That would be Lonelywood, at least what it's called now. And probably something different.
Lonelywood. I like it.
Yeah. Too. I'd like to keep it from being destroyed.
I have already summoned some of my warriors to fight where they can, but I was acting like an axe in the darkness. I could strike where I sensed Auril most keenly. I hope to be more precise now.
Wait,
with that,
you
I
said
think-
warriors.
This is probably where we should end, because I've realised that we've
Okay.
gone over time. And we
Yeah.
can continue this next time.
Okay.
Oh,
Dang.
Oops.
So, chat, I am now watching chat, so hi, chat. Yeah. I completely screwed this character up in a really big way.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to understand
What?
any of you. Like the language
Well, he
barrier was
does
supposed
now.
to be real.
Bonk.
Oh. Huh.
Nice bonk.
Even
Wait,
Elven?
what was supposed to happen?
Yeah, even Elven. Like there was supposed to be a bit of a puzzle around. Okay, you're probably speaking a more modern version of Elven, then you can start putting the pieces together. And eventually he has a spell which is comprehend languages, which is what the silver light is, on his throat. But initially he'd be like, "Who the hell are you lot?" And you would not be able to understand him, which probably
wow.
would have caused all kinds of concerns.
It could have, yes.
Yeah, which is why I'm kind of kicking myself that I completely forgot that rather important facet.
Well, it worked out fine for us.
Blessed.
It's okay.
Blessed by the moon.
But so it goes.
And I think technically he's using tongues, but, you know.
Yes, that's what it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baby cigarettes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Genius
going
symbols.
just to. I could just cast it, but
Well, lasts for an hour.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, magic item.
Right.
And also this guy is
So that covers
several
it. Awesome.
is old.
Yeah, fun
He's
times
old.
again.
Old.
He's old.
The mummy's just in time for October. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
It was actually really interesting that you guys arrived in this place at the height of full moon, like the night of full moon.
Mm-hmm.
This place would have been a lot more difficult because like all the locks would have been in place. But no, you arrived and everything's just unlocked because full moon.
Oh,
Yay.
wow. That's amazing.
You're
Praise the
welcome.
moon.
You're welcome.
good.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know what
Thank
you
you,
had to
thank
do with
you.
it, but
Yeah.
sure.
I said you're welcome.
Dredge responsible for the
You're
moon.
welcome.
Zagrax, that sounds like you might have to pay for that one.
So be it.
The moon remembers.
The moon, remember. True.
Proud of myself when it got out right here when old formed the language was an ancient war. That was also why the elves looked different.
So I can now
Yeah,
be
good
proud
job.
for a week.
Nice.
I enjoy calling
Nice
them
deduction.
smells.
Smells,
They,
yeah.
they are actually snow elves. That's the race.
Yep. Smells.
Oh, it's funny.
Smells.
Oh,
Smells.
there's smells.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably got some weird actual name.
Very much meta,
I-
but none of you know any snow elves. They are probably actually extinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know one. It's a half
Yeah.
snow
Yeah.
elf.
Ooh.
This
It hangs
check-in
around with
they call
us,
the
you know,
last of
walking
the
around in the
smells.
Oh,
snow. Yeah, Elora.
Did the smells invent goat ball?
Yep.
Considering civilization basically ceased after they did the thing, no.
Dang.
Ba-ba-dum.
And you really do get the sense that he's very surprised at seeing the different races that you all represent, because none of you existed when he was around.
I mean, at least these guys aren't like the snow elves in Skyrim.
Oh,
Oh yeah, they're super
Yeah.
messed up.
so gotta be honest. I really like the. How long's it been? 5 years?
At least
Oh.
5 years.
At least 5 years.
Yeah, it was 5 years first, and it's like at least 5 years.
Right.
I love that response. It's so great.
At least 5 years. You're not wrong, but
You're
you're
not
a few
wrong.
orders of magnitude off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like several sets of 5 years.
You don't.
And then the whole thing, like,
You don't
you
see
woke
that
me
kind of
5
decay
years
unless
later
the-
because of a necromancer. Wake me up when it's serious.
Yeah. Right.
Like, wait up!
Yeah. I also really like the when it walked up to Zagrax, it's like, oh, you're you two Ken. It's like also, wow, you guys got so small. Dragons got so small in the time I was asleep. Oh, poor dragons.
Because I was trying to see this from the perspective of, like, this guy knew a different world and all the differences and all the changes in that world. Like, how would he see those? And you two are obviously draconic. So he would probably just go, well, you're the natural evolution of dragons. Poor dragons.
We
Right?
ended the world.
This guy
What did you
has no
expect to
frame of
happen?
reference.
Mm-mm.
This guy has no frame of reference, and he's relying on us to give him the info. We could totally prank him with all sorts of stuff.
Oh man.
That's what Highwind would
Like,
do.
oh,
Really,
I
though?
don't think Tahko would do that.
Maybe not, no. Yep, all elves are extinct now. They're all half-breeds.
Oh
Yep,
my
all of
goodness.
us.
I
My
must
cat
have,
doesn't exist.
I had to think long and hard about how I would imagine Tahko would respond to this guy, because I know exactly how the Raven Queen would respond.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Don't worry, Tahko doesn't know much about his own goddess, so it's fine.
Yeah, Tahko specifically doesn't want to talk.
Well, that's
It
that's
seems
that's why the action of the Raven was so important, because the earlier version of this, the Raven would be like cawing, except you would interpret it. I would tell you, like, you interpret this as kill,
Oh.
which isn't
Really?
how you actually interpret it now. But
Wow.
that was like the first version of this character. Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, then.
Because I did a bit of reading about this, so very much meta information. But the Raven Queen, if something is alive, she can't capture their memories. But if they die, then they basically become judged by her. So she was basically telling you to kill this guy so that she could steal his memories.
Oh, she wanted to kill. Yeah, that makes sense.
Unless
Ha!
the deets.
Which would have been really interesting, because Irilyssa would have been expressly, no, save this guy, because this is basically a precursor to Saloon.
Mm-hmm. And you
Yeah.
guys can fight over that, and I'll go assassinate Zagrax. And, everything will be as it were.
The funny part is even after the guy said all that stuff, Zagrax is still like, nope. Vulwin's cool. No matter what he says, Vulwin's still cool.
I've been sitting on that one for a long freaking time.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can tell you
that was
have
fun to hear.
more secrets.
My actual question,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously this can be answered, is if Idawash the Flawless has been talking to this dude, doesn't this dude know that something's wrong? Maybe not.
Depends
We'll see.
on when in time he was talking
I
to
mean,
him.
Yeah.
honestly, they could have just been hanging out
Yeah.
and making like normal conversation and not talking about like the big issues.
So
Yeah,
the
he's
way
like,
that
"We
I
don't need to
envisioned this is he's just
Dude,
been
watch-
asleep. He's not really aware of what's happening around, and every now and
Yeah.
then different entities were coming over and say hello. But he doesn't actually have an idea of like when in time this happened.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, I
Idawash
imagined
appeared.
it would be. Yeah.
Did wash the non-specific. Didn't really give him all the info.
I don't know,
Something
this
just
guy's
clicked
cool
in my
head.
head. Huh.
Huh?
Okay.
What?
What clicked in your head?
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Okay.
Rude.
You gotta sit on that
Ah! Okay, then. That sounds interesting.
It has to do with
More
like
secrets. Yeah.
moonlight revealing like true forms.
Mm.
Hmm.
one.
You did see Swift Runner.
Yeah.
It's true.
Which you guys said that
Yeah.
Elora's skin was like crawling.
Like how wiggly.
Got all wiggly.
no!
So, like, it makes me wonder if Elora's actually like, this is the player, not Irilyssa talking. It makes me wonder if Elora's something that she doesn't know that she is.
She's a wibble wobble.
Yeah.
She's one of those things they put outside
Maybe-
car
Maybe.
dealerships that
Maybe
fill up
the
all
mirror
over the place.
hadn't been used in a long time and it needed like
It's warm.
to
Calibration.
get warmed up.
Oh,
It was
okay.
tuning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the
It's
puff of
calibrating.
dust making everything look weird.
Yeah. Didn't other people look a little wibbly wobbly too, or no? Was I misread
Nope,
that?
I look divine. I believe in
Nobody
the
looked
art term.
wibbly wobbly. Not even. No, it was just.
Yeah.
I liked
did,
Bright.
Did Vulwin like Yeti out
Catch
when
on
he
fire.
touched it or
No, I
anything?
think the descriptions that I glue very brightly.
And it's interesting because I can probably share this now. So throughout, Vulwin's had a issue with going to other holy places. And this is why.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You can't share that. That's secret.
Oh,
No one knows that.
oh,
About
and
this
that's
stuff.
when
Yeah.
the water started freezing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
They're putting 1 to 1 together. What are you doing?
And the other gods are like, no.
Except
What are
this
you
one.
doing?
Oh my gosh!
Except this one.
And that's why.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
my
remember-
theory holds water, that's why
If your theory holds water.
Aventurus was like, "You're an elf who's not an elf." I figured it out.
Remember those times he didn't stay very long in those places? Yeah.
It's right. Vulwin's not an elf.
No, it isn't
Yep.
an elf.
An elf
True.
who's not an elf. It's true. That's a Vulwin thing.
Big think. Wow. Even Zagrax wouldn't have picked up on that one.
Big thing.
I say I might recontextualize everything you've thought now.
Uh-oh.
Did I
Nah,
ruin
man.
things? I'm sorry.
I've been laying very small breadcrumbs for a very long time.
What? No.
Oh yeah.
We going somewhere that's like slightly less cold.
Go back, watch, and then with this new context.
And the
You know
hilarious
how
thing
many
is,
hours that is?
no, I'm not going to say that.
I
That's why
know.
the Schwingle loved you. Is that why the Schwingle loved you?
Time to
It could be. It could be because I also let the fox out of the trap, and it was
Yeah.
like its friend. So that might just be.
Oh,
Thing.
and that's why your girlfriend wanted to kiss you.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're evil.
Oh.
Rude. I haven't killed a single one of you yet.
I know.
Yet.
You
You're
say
tasty.
you
I keep trying with that Zagrax, but I can't. That's not working.
You're
I'm too
tasty
good.
evil.
You almost killed me.
No, you didn't get killed.
I said almost.
I saved you. I saved
I'm-
you.
time to get on YouTube and watch the whole series over to catch the betrayal early on.
Yeah, I know.
Betrayal.
Chat. Who's been watching this whole time is just like, oh.
Knows the
some
deeper,
notes.
darker
Well,
secrets.
Cat also knows secrets. They can't say secrets, but they know secrets.
Oh yeah,
That's true. They get
they
the
know
whole
more
story.
than any of us do, actually.
Oh yeah.
True.
Well, any of you?
I've been saying it the whole time. You think I've been joking, but no.
That's wonderful.
All I can think of is that copy pasta of where, if so and so has 1,000 fans, I'm one of them. If they have 100 fans, I'm one of them. If you've seen that when you said Vulwin's evil, I'm like, Zagrax is like that copy pasta. Like at this point, no matter what happens, it's like, nope, Vulwin's cool.
To be fair, I think Zagrax has tried to kill me more times than I've tried to kill Zagrax.
No, in what world?
Unintentionally. Both of ours being unintentional, of course.
I mean, the thing that you guys
Right.
didn't
Of course.
realize is that every time Irilyssa heals you, she steals a little piece of your soul.
See, yeah, that's the one.
I know.
That's the one.
One would have to have a soul for you to steal,
Well-
son. Thank you.
Then I better get some Eldritch Blast out of that deal.
No, I get them. What do you think my guiding bolts are?
Yeah.
No, I better get them.
Guiding bolts.
It's the fragments of
Okay.
other people's soul that you're just throwing.
Yeah.
Ah,
Ah, perfect.
The globes that are my spirit guardians, that's all souls.
yep.
Ah,
It all
Also,
checks out.
you're
I'm not
worried about
mad.
Vulwin.
When have I tried to kill it? When has
Were
Zagrax
you-
tried to kill
You've
Vulwin?
never been worried about Vulwin. What are you talking about?
When have I tried to kill it or accidentally almost killed him? I don't think I have. Like ever.
I mean,
That's
you mean
a lie, I probably
the
have.
the time you caused the avalanche,
Not my
the,
fault.
the potential ice cracking that could have affected any of us,
Not my fault.
not
No, I
being able
can-
to sneak well.
That's
The
my fault.
assassins turned on us too.
Yeah,
Not necessarily
I
my
was-
fault. I was just kind of involved in that. Not my fault.
Like said Zagrax, I'm playing the long con. But best friends forever.
Not
Same.
my fault.
I did say, what was it? I have a thing. He's waking up, so he was asleep. Does that mean he scratches in his sleep? No. So my thinking behind him was that he's been, in that sense of like you're waking up and you're kind of somewhat aware that there's stuff around you. And he's aware that he's in an enclosed space. He's kind of scratching to get out of that, but he's still sleepy.
Sleepy sheepy.
Okay.
Anyway, chat, do you have any questions for us after this? If so, here's your chance.
Said Inglando hard right now. Yes. Inglando hard all the time.
Yeah.
It's just because we like take things from other languages and just this is ours now.
Yup.
And then we're like, hey, look, we made this up.
Yeah, this is mine.
I made this.
Alright, well, this looks like we should draw the things to a close. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when we are live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets us do more of this kind of content. If you want to support the channel other ways, check out the... We don't have a Patreon. Think about subscribing here on Twitch to this channel. Well, I am not with things today. Otherwise, you can catch old episodes on my YouTube, which is at youtube.com/MordredViking, and you can also hang out with myself and the cast on my Discord, which you can find at the Discord link, which I should probably... Do I have a Discord command on this?
You don't have a
I
bot.
don't have a bot on this. We really need to get a bit more organised with that type of stuff. Sorry.
Come on, Zagrax, get on it. Get the link.
Oh shit, okay. Hold on. Yeah.
So you get it first.
Invite people. No. Yes. Copy. Mouse, where'd you go? Damn it! It's the
There
same
you
time.
I don't know. That's not the same time if one's before the other, is
No,
it?
it's not. And just remember, the DM's always first. And on that note, we're going to end this. So thanks everyone for watching. We will see you all next Sunday for a continuation of whatever the hell is happening here. Until then, bye everyone.
True.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.